top-notch tradespeople in your area, all who pass the Trust a Trader 15-point assessment.
Talk Sport.
Good afternoon. With your headlines at 4 o'clock, I'm Uma Gaurav. So, the dust has settled on Alexander Isak's departure from Newcastle, but is his old teammate Dan Burn holding a grudge?
For me, I'm just sort of happy that it's done. I'm happy for Alex. He's a friend at the end of the day, and I don't think it was probably easy on him in the summer either.
Meanwhile, do you fancy taking the reins at Spurs, anyone? With Daniel Levy no longer chairman, our football finance expert Kieran Maguire thinks
attractive proposition.
While Chelsea have confirmed the signing of USA forward Alyssa Thompson in a club record fee, the Blues host Man City in the WSL opener on talkSPORT 2 tonight. And after adding highly rated French midfielder Grace Gayoro to their ranks, the CEO of London City Lionesses, Martin Semmens, has told us why they've gone so big on transfer spending this summer.
The market is going to grow. No one can argue with that. The question is how fast and how far. And from our point of view, the earlier you can invest and the earlier you can move, the better it's going to be.
London City Lionesses will play their first ever WSL game tomorrow against European champions Arsenal.
Talk Sport News.
The Prime Minister's being accused of running a government in crisis after his deputy resigned. And David Bowie's final project before he died has been revealed. Alex has more at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Buy 2 or more Bridgestone Turanza all-season 6 tyres and claim Bridgestone's massive 20,000 mileage guarantee. Visit quickfit.com and book today. Conditions apply.
We are expecting a dry evening ahead with the odd shower in the northwest.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here, everyone.
Darren here, by the way.
Yeah, I just said that. DB Sneak Freak Friday. Happy Friday. You all right, Friday?
Yeah, not bad. How are you doing?
Good, very well.
It'd be good if I could hear anything in these earphones.
You could what? Every day you've had that problem.
Hey, not even now. Nothing.
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 I don't know how you work. Right, Jiggo, we've got a show for you today. We'll hear from Thomas Tuchel ahead of our live commentary of England against Andorra. That's tomorrow, and it's on talkSPORT. We'll also be asking whether England are an international powerhouse. If England were a domestic club, who would they be and why? Former two-weight champion of the world, Steve Collins, joins us live on the show. He was meant to be on yesterday's show, but he forgot. And we'll be discussing the new craze in football of pumping the ball right out for a throw-in by the corner flag. What is all that about? All that, plus we'll be joined by former England and Chelsea midfielder Joe Cole and former England rugby union star Ugo Monye. Have you met him before? I've not met him before.
Show me the Monye.
He's meant to be a lovely fella. This is Drive. It's a busy show. Stay with us. This is talkSPORT. You can get involved if you want. Pick up the phone 03717 22 33 44.
And of course, it's the boot room. And I have a peach of a chat for you today. It's about boot.
We'll have a peach of a chat. Happy Friday, everyone. Darren Bent last night sent me a DM on Instagram. Sometimes he sends me texts. Sometimes he sends me DMs. What time did you send me the DM?
I reckon it's about 1:30. No, maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning.
What are you doing up there? I was asleep. What are you doing?
No, because I woke up and just couldn't go back to sleep. So I started watching the Eagles. Shout out the Eagles, beat the Cowboys. Shock.
Yeah, big shock. Yeah, let me tell you that.
And
the fridge playing.
I was just looking on Instagram and I seen Mayweather Tyson.
Yeah, so you sent me that. You said, look at this. And I woke up this morning. I'm like, Darren Bent won't leave me alone. And then it was apparently Mayweather Tyson is happening. It's on. Now, I still don't believe it's going to happen. And we've got Steve Collins with us later on the show, so we'll talk to him about it. There's no way that fight can happen. That would be an absolute farce, wouldn't it? Just pointless.
I just don't see, like...
What are you doing? You're doing a magic trick or something?
Yeah.
What are those cables for?
My chargers.
Oh.
I just don't know why that would be a thing. Like, after seeing Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, whether it was legit or not, I didn't want to see Mike in the ring again. Floyd, a little bit different because he's in better shape. He's always training. He's always ready.
Yeah.
But I still look at Floyd and think, fight someone else. Like, fight...
Yeah, but you've got to remember, these people, they're probably mates, right? And they probably think, we can make 50 million each, yeah? Easy.
Easy, but who wants to see that fight?
No one wants to see
I would rather see Mayweather Pacquiao again.
I know, but that might be a difficult fight for him.
Okay, I can't. That won't.
No, it won't be difficult, you're
It's a
right.
fight can't.
I know, but you got two superstars in the ring together.
I know, but they're
both going to earn 10 million, 20 million each. It will be embarrassing.
And plus, look at the weight difference. Come on.
No, that's insane, right?
Insane.
And then building up to it, we'll go, you know what? I thought Tyson was going to win. Now I've changed my mind. It's Mayweather.
No, I'm watching.
Sucked him. It will be sucked.
No. You got sucked in for Jake Paul Tyson. I didn't. I never watched it.
Hold on, Jake Paul. I did get sucked.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
The worst one I got sucked into was Mayweather. Who's the UFC fella?
McGregor. That was unbelievable. That one.
That was awful.
No, but at least both of those guys were still boxing.
You know what? I promised myself I was not going to watch it, and I naturally woke up at 4 a.m. I went. I felt so ill.
Do you know why I had to watch it? Because Mayweather had not long been retired, but he was still active, and McGregor was still fighting. So that's why I had to see it.
I can't believe I bought into that.
And Mayweather
what a mug
him.
I am.
He absolutely destroyed him. He almost toyed with him for
a couple of times. He held him up.
Yeah, and then just beat him up, man. For next.
What's he doing, McGregor, now? Apart from just living life on a...
Don't know.
Should we move away from
it? Yeah, move away from it.
Really?
Yeah, probably.
Fine. We've got... I missed something.
Yeah.
We've got a busy show, me and Darren Bent, and you can be a part of it. As always, pick up the phone. Get involved is my advice. 03717 2233. A bit later on, we'll talk about does style matter in football matches, and I'll be calling on you lot out there.
Beckham style or like is in...
No, we know that counts. You lot out there in Radioland if you play Saturday and Sunday morning football, because it seems to be the new thing now. There's always a new thing in football, playing out and back, goalkeeper, you need speed.
Inverted fullbacks.
Yeah, the new thing now is apparently on kick-off, kick out to the corner flag. PSG used to start doing this. Other clubs have followed suit. So we'll be asking what you make of that. Is football moving into an area where we're not really big fans of? And also, if your coach has given you stupid tactics on a Saturday and Sunday morning, so we'll talk about that a bit later on. We have got a superstar joining us in the studio. I'm not going to reveal it, but half five, a superstar will be joining us in the studio. We're very excited about that. You have to stick around to find out who that's going to be. But we're going to start with England. They face Andorra at Villa Park tomorrow evening, a game you can hear live on talkSPORT. And with only 5 international breaks before next summer's tournament, are we on the road to World Cup glory?
On the roads to Mexico, USA and Canada.
Louis Skelly checks in. Oh, what a start!
The fans want to see England end the years of hurt.
More boos from the England fans that have stayed in. Andorra nil, England 1.
We all think that there's a lot of decent players and a clutch of decent players, but it's getting the balance right and the formula right that is his job.
3-1, the first African side ever to beat England. It's back to the drawing board.
Defeat is bad enough, but the performance, I think, that leaves a lot of questions.
We feel that we are lacking the enthusiasm and the joy consistently on international levels.
I'm still believing Thomas Tuchel.
When you're here, I think it's important not to get too frightened about the situation.
It's James. Oh, it is magnificent.
It's for me a key period now that we improve, that we play with more rhythm, that we create an identity.
I think he's just finding out how hard it is to be the manager of England.
Yes, the road show continues. talkSPORT got live commentary of England against Andorra. Adrian Durham takes over at 4 p.m. tomorrow ahead of kick-off at Villa Park at 5. The big news from today is that John Stones has pulled out the England squad through injury again. Now, Thomas Tuchel, he's been speaking to the media ahead of the game, gave us a hint for a new position for Stones going forward.
Was in contention for playing number 6 for us as well, when we need maybe a more physical 6 and a more 6 that is like John, more educated as a central defender, so to stay deep and create a block of 3 with a central defender. So it was in our thoughts to maybe use him as a 6.
We'll talk about John Stones being used as a 6, because we've seen it before. Pep sort of used him as a right back and then moved him into that sort of fake.
Because he's a talented footballer, that's why. And he's obviously technically really good.
Is he a better footballer than his defender, if that makes sense?
Do you know, when he first started, you'd say, yes, he was more of a footballer than an actual defender. But I think over the years, he's developed his defensive mindset. Has been very, very good. But he's still lovely on the ball, could still bring it out, could still play. And that was one of his strengths. That's why City signed him from Everton.
Yeah, why did you just stop like that? You sounded like you were going to carry on.
No.
You went Everton, stop.
Sorry. Did I go up when I said it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And you usually come down. Everton, like there's more to come. Do you think moving Stones, I mean, we were talking on yesterday's show about how we're going to try and fit so many good players into, 3 positions in midfield if we play a certain system.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think moving Stones solves a problem or creates another one?
No, I mean, I don't think it creates problems. I think it's quite...
No, but those problems will be, okay, you got to get Cole Palmer in there, you got Jude Bellingham, you got to get Declan Rice in there, you like Adam Wharton.
There's a few to get in there.
So that's what I'm saying. So having another player to fit into that midfield, is it?
No, but it's nice having the option, because Adam Wharton at the minute is not fit.
No.
Declan Rice hasn't been playing there for Arsenal. So it's just another nice problem to have, like in terms of an option, because he has played there for Man City and he played it really, really well. And you don't want it to be closed off. You don't want to then force someone into that position who doesn't naturally play there. Now, I know I'm almost contradicting myself because John Stones doesn't play there, but the thing is he has played there before quite a lot. So I just think it's a nice option to have, because at the minute we're all thinking what is the balance of the team, who's the midfield three, who do we prefer. Listen, we could ask 10 people in this office and we'd have 10 different answers. Like, no one seems to know what the right three is, because you'll have some people who are saying, I'm saying Bellingham's got to play, other people will say Palmer's got to play, but then Rice has got to play in his 8, but people say no, he should be a 6. Just so many different options.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I want to do. I mean, you can have your say on that 03717223344, but I also want to get your view, you lot in Radioland, as to where you think England are on the list of great teams, great international countries. And the reason I'm asking that is I was looking at the odds earlier on for the World Cup. No surprise, Spain are favourites 5-1. Brazil, no surprise, they're second favourites, joint second favourites, 13-2, 6.5-1. With France, also 13-2, 6.5. Then England, 7-1. After England, you got Argentina at 8s, Germany at 10s. Now, some people may argue the fact that the odds are like that in this country because we're all patriotic, excuse me,
lump on.
And we lump on. But having said that, England, I think, are still considered around the world as one of the big powerhouses. Should they be? Are we that good?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Euros, yes, we've got to a two finals, and we got to a World Cup semi and a quarter final, right? Right. So, yes, getting to finals, two finals of the Euros twice, I think is a good achievement. But it depends what you mean as in powerhouse, because if you're looking at a collective in terms of World Cups, then England can't be considered a powerhouse, because you've got Brazil there with 5, Germany got 4, Italy got 4, Argentina 3, France 2, Uruguay 2, and then England and Spain have got 1 each. So if you're talking about powerhouses of world football, then you can't put England in with that. Absolutely not. Like,
when we come to a major tournament, like the two I mentioned below, it's Argentina and Germany. If England played them in a semi-final, quarter-final, or even final, I'd fancy us to beat them.
Well, a lot. I think.
Am I being stupid?
You're not being stupid, but I think a lot does depend on. I think climate plays its part, because, like, I'm looking at the World Cup in America next year, and I'm looking at the European teams and thinking, like, it's going to be a little bit more difficult than you think. And I'm looking at the likes of Brazil, Argentina.
I hear this argument a lot. But a lot of the players that play for Brazil and Argentina will be playing their football in Europe.
Yeah, but obviously they've been accustomed to playing in South America or America for most of their life, like a lot of their lives.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it does play its part. So yeah, I think England, we've got some really good players. And do I believe that we should have probably more than one World Cup? I do. I think the opportunity was there against Italy when we went 1-0 up so early, when Luke Shaw scored, and then we didn't capitalise on that, and then we let them back in. Although I do think from start to finish, Italy probably were the best side in that tournament. But in the final, I thought England, they were there for the taking, didn't take it. When England got to the final against Spain, for me, in that tournament in Germany, Spain were head and shoulders above everybody.
I know, but when we pulled it back to 1-1, I was like,
oh no, I still didn't.
Oh, I thought we could nick it.
No, I just thought Spain were head and shoulders above everybody.
No, they were, but I just thought, we could nick it.
No. So, yes, I can understand why people are putting England in that bracket, but when I look at powerhouses of world football, I'm not just talking about here and now. I am looking at, because if you talk about here and now, Spain have won the last Euros.
Yeah.
Argentina won the last World Cup. Italy won the Euros before that.
They won the Copa America.
Right. England, Italy haven't qualified for major tournaments. They've been appalling, like in terms of major tournaments. Certainly the 2 last World Cups not qualified for. So I get why people are putting England in there, but when you actually look at the history of world football, they're not in there. Not with the likes of Brazil, Germany, Italy.
If England were a team in the Premier League, who would they be?
It's a difficult one, that.
Okay, well, let them answer.
Yeah.
03717223344. And also, how good are we? I think that's a nice question to ask. How good is England?
Someone's put here, and this is where people do your research. Are Spain a powerhouse? They've only won 1 World Cup too. Yeah, but they've won, I think, 2 or 3 Euros.
Why are you getting so annoyed? Top of the show. Why are you shouting?
You know what I mean? Not a powerhouse. They've won 3 Euros, I think.
Who said that?
He's not put his name on there. Lucky.
He's scared.
Not a powerhouse, winning 3 Euros.
I didn't say it.
Yeah, you know, you didn't. You're right. You're smarter than that.
Thank you. If you want to phone up and have your Sound National Radio, you can. How good are we? Or do we maybe put ourselves on a pedestal a little bit too high? I mean, Scott said we have us down as fourth favourites.
Scott said we are Spurs.
We're Spurs. Well, Spurs just won a trophy. 03717223344. Come on, talk England to Darren Bent, who played for England. We like that. Bit of Biggie.
What a tune.
Drive and Talk Sports, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside me. Still to come, former two-weight champ of the world, Steve Collins will be joining us. Just quickly, John Stones has withdrawn from the England squad for the next two World Cup qualifiers because of injury. I love it. Lionel Messi scored twice for Argentina in what is expected to be his final competitive match on home soil. For, of course, the World Cup. That would be a very sad day.
When he retires.
Yeah, the greatest ever.
Yeah, but even when Ronaldo retires as well, it's a sad day as well. Two greats, man.
Yeah, two greats, you're right. I can't see Ronaldo ever retiring.
Honestly, I can see him 50, still going.
Yeah, I can. Stanley Matthews was 52, I think, when he...
Wow. Wouldn't surprise me if he wants to break that record. Someone said, by the way, he knows a record, 52 years old.
He needs to
Go
get
for that.
1,000 goals, right? I think he's like...
He'll do that.
Well, how many's off that? 90-something?
No, I think he's less than that now.
Yeah.
But I think he's the first player in football history, isn't he, to score 100 goals for Man United, Juventus, Real Madrid, Saudi, and is there anything and Portugal. That's some go in that.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Wow.
But now we are discussing England. Are you of the thought that we are an international powerhouse or not? Jack is a Chelsea fan. Hi, Jack. How are you?
Drive time with the boys. How we doing?
We're good, man. How are you doing? You all right? You well?
Yeah, good. Cheers, lad.
Good.
Now, I called up straight after Benty. You said that you're not sure what Premier League club England are.
Okay.
You're like, oh, it's a tricky one. So I don't know if you said a club after that.
No, we didn't.
Arsenal.
It's got to be Arsenal.
It's got to be Arsenal. Because very close, very good team, play good football, but never get it over the line. Got to be Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, for now, I get that. Obviously, if you talk about history, and Arsenal have got it over the line before, as England have. But yeah, I mean, I get that. Recently, Arsenal second, getting awfully close semi-finals of the Champions League, just haven't quite got it done. So, as much as it pains me to say, maybe.
Jack, when you watch England, when we go into a major comp, are you thinking we could win this, or are you hoping we could win it?
It's a good question, man. I think in my heart of hearts, I know we can win it because we have the best players in the world. The Premier League's the best in the world by a long way. Mm-hmm. We do have the best players. And I think it's like, when we've had previous managers, we've always said, like, oh, we need a world-class gaffer, I'm a Chelsea fan. When we had Thomas Tuchel, when we lost him, it hurt big time. It was like a divorce. I had to get over that for a couple of weeks. So I think that even though we haven't played great in the first few games he's been in, doesn't really matter because these are like our pre-season games.
Jack, sorry, just sorry to interrupt you there. We've got the best players in the world.
Yeah, 100% England.
I mean, I need you to go through that because
I might argue with you.
We've got a good goalkeeper. We haven't got the best in the world.
Yeah.
Right back, we haven't got the best in the world. Probably Hakimi's probably the best in the world.
As a collective, the England squad. If you were to pick a squad, is what I mean.
I still don't know.
I'll put France very close to
Spain.
Harry Kane, one of the best number 9s in the world.
Okay, but like it's a flip of a coin, him and Mbappe.
Yeah, I'd still have Kane over Mbappe. I would.
Oh my goodness! Have you seen Mbappe in World Cup finals where it really matters?
Yeah, that World Cup final, France, Argentina, that was ridiculous.
No, sorry. I'm talking about the one before that where he scored against Croatia.
I can't remember that one.
the one that they actually won.
I mean, it's a discussion to be had.
Oh, 100%. But my point is, we're the pinnacle, which is World Cup final. I've seen Mbappe in 2 finals and him be unbelievable in both.
Yeah, he really was.
Stepped up in both.
Let's go to. By the way, that last World Cup final we forget how unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Remember Martinez's save from Colomwani?
Yeah, in the last second. Should have scored it though. I might have to watch that on the way home tonight. Actually, Jake is an Arsenal fan. Hi, Jake.
Hey, mate.
Oh, Jake.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're on speakerphone, Jake.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Are you driving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. What would you like to say, Jake?
Well, I'm a first-time caller. I've been listening for years. Just want to say, great show.
Oh, thanks, man. Very kind.
To be honest, the last caller took a lot of words out of my mouth. If I was to choose a Premier League team, I'd say, as an Arsenal fan, I would have to say England or Arsenal. But regarding the whole powerhouse situation, I'd say that England are up there. I know we've not done great when it comes to finals, but when you look at, like the last caller said, when you look at as a collective, I do think we've probably got, apart maybe France, we have got the best team in the world.
So I don't know. I just don't. I think we've got don't get me wrong, we've got some unbelievable players. But to say that we've got the best players in the world, I just don't think it's that easy. I look at other nations, and again, you can go Brazil, you can go Germany, got some good players, Italy, Argentina, France. But to say we've got the best collective in the world, I think we've got don't get me wrong, we've got some very good players, and we've got, I think, 1 or 2 where you go, there's an argument they're the best in the world in their position. But I think there's a lot of positions in the England team that aren't the best in the world.
It's like you look at the likes of like Brazil. I mean, I don't know the record, for example, but you look at Vinicius Junior's numbers for Brazil, and I wouldn't say necessarily they're that great. And people like that in other national teams, they don't have the same issue as much as England. Whereas we've got 3 or 4 players that could start week in, week out in every position, pretty much.
Yeah, see, I'm not as don't get me wrong, we have got some unbelievable players, but when you look at some of the other nations that have got some of the power, I mean, you just mentioned Vinicius Junior. Now, I think Andy Gordon's a great player, but you're not having him over Vinicius Junior.
No, of course not.
Because do you know what I mean? He's incredible.
No, that is a problem area with the England team. The
Problem, right? Rodri's the best when he's fully fit.
Yeah,
is the best in the world. Well, he's obviously factual. We won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. We haven't got the best goalkeeper in the world. We haven't got the best two centre halves in the world.
No.
In fact, I'd say none of our backline now, because Kyle Walker's not there. None of our backline now is the best
in the world. It's a difficult one. Really difficult. I mean, I think Gahey's got the potential to be one of, but then even then, I mean, that's me just guessing.
Yeah. David is Man United fan. Hi, David. How you doing?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great, man. You all right? You well?
Yeah, all good. Thank you, Andrew.
Good. Very well, thank you, Baskin. What would you like to say?
Yeah, just on the comparison, for me, and you'll probably guess with the accent here, but for me, there's so many comparisons to England in one particular Premier League club. The fans are still living off success of 60 years ago, and that's West Ham, a club who are nowhere near as successful as they think they are, chasing good managers out the door with David Moyes. And for me, that's a comparison there. West Ham and England.
I hear what you're saying, because you've got to go back that far, but this England side have got to major finals in recent years, in recent comps, right? West Ham haven't, apart from the one. But it wasn't but it wasn't a major one.
Well, that's about half. So they've won more than what they've won in the last 2 years.
Okay, well, let me ask this. Is the Conference League a major competition?
Yeah. No, it isn't. Let's be honest, it isn't. But in comparison, England have done well recent years, but for me, every tournament that England go into, we're going to win it, we're the best team in it, but yet they underperform consistently. Out with that, and another one, comparison to Moyes, Southgate get chased out the door as well when he's brought your most successful tenure in recent years as well.
Let me ask you this. What team in the Premier League will be Scotland?
Every single one, mate.
Every single one?
Kidding on. No, honestly, listen, for me, we've got a tough game today away to Denmark, but...
Yeah, very tough, by the way.
Good team, but listen, England really do well, great players, like to see you do well on the occasion. But
do you, though?
You aren't the powerhouse. I like the players, respect the players.
Do you know what my only thing is, right, David, right, is we talk about England being a powerhouse and really great players and that, right, but then we don't judge success as the same metric as other nations. So we are delighted that Gareth got to 2 finals, a couple of World Cup semis and a World Cup quarter final. We laud him for that. He has been knighted for that, right?
Same.
Mate, for Brazil, Germany, Italy, that is not good enough.
Failure. But they're used to loads of success. It's a different yardstick.
Yeah, but my point is, how can we be compared to those guys?
That's a good point. If they're the powerhouses, we can't be on that table.
We can't be having celebrations of getting to finals.
No, you're right. You're right. That's a good point. I suppose there is no answer, but I appreciate everyone trying to come up with one. Still to come, former 2-weight champion of the world, Steve Collins, will be joining us on our show. First up, it's time for No Googling. Also, we've got Hugo Monye on the show.
Show me the Monye.
Hugo will be in the studio with us. Only 2 players have scored a proper hat-trick for England at a World Cup finals tournament. Hold on.
Proper hat-trick? What does that mean?
I don't know what proper hat-trick means. It just says proper.
Well, I know one of them, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of know both of them. But anyway, the answer to both of them, and loads more, including Hugo in the studio, coming up live and drive on talkSPORT after this.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Today was a good day.
Oh, Jack's going for it today, isn't he?
Trust me. Blowing the budget. Well, one hour.
I asked Jack yesterday at the pub to get me a drink. As in, I was buying, but can you go and order it for me? Come up with a bottle of Whispering Angel for £77.
Why don't you go and get yourself?
Because we'll take it turns.
Okay.
All right? And the deal is, I pay, you go get it.
Yeah.
It's quite a good deal, isn't it?
Yeah, okay, cool.
Right? He goes, £77. I went, what are you talking about, Jack? And he said, apparently it's cheaper to get a bottle of Whispering Angel than it is 2 glasses of wine. And I went, how much? Jeez.
Scared the life out of me, that does.
What's the matter with you?
Honestly, warn me for that, man.
Honestly.
Honestly, made me jump.
I said, how much? 2 glasses of wine? 40 quid. And I was like, well, you did the math there.
Yeah.
£77 for a bottle of Whispering Angel. £25 you paid up for.
It wasn't 77.
What?
It wasn't 77.
It was.
You just told me it wasn't.
All right, that's how much you charged for it, Jack. Jack's little face. Look at him now.
87.
Was it 87, is it? That wouldn't surprise me. Before the break, I asked the question. Only 2 players have scored a proper hat-trick. I hope so Jeff Hurst is not listening. For England at a World Cup final tournament.
Well, obviously Panama. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. What year?
Oh, that would have been 2018.
Yeah, that was when one come off his heel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And people went, oh, yeah, didn't score it. Come off his
Oh, he
heel.
did score pens.
So, yeah. Clipped the deal. And the other one?
Was Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
Now this one...
Poland.
Okay.
Oh, if we're going to tell me the year.
I was going to guess. Oh, that would have been 1990...
No.
89.
Yeah. 89 World Cup.
Oh yeah, sorry, 86.
Yeah. What was weird about Lineker's attire that year?
No idea.
No, he had his arm in a cast.
Did it?
Yeah.
Is that my first proper World Cup memory is 94.
94. USA.
Yeah, that's my first proper one.
That was a Ray Houghton goal, a little forward roll.
Yeah, Brazil. What a team.
No, that was against Italy.
No, but my Brazil, what a team.
Okay.
Romario and Bebeto up front.
The little baby celebration.
Yeah. Baggio.
Love a World Cup.
Baggio.
Love a World Cup. Still to come, we'll be asking if football has become utter woke nonsense, says producer Joe 03717 22334. But now it's time to welcome former two-weight champion of the boxing world on our show. We love Steve Collins. He joins us now. Steve, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir? You good? You well?
Yeah, living the dream.
Well,
top of the world, as you say.
It's lovely to have you on our show, Steve. Listen, we've got lots to talk to you about. In a moment, we'll talk about the nonsense that is Mike Tyson against Floyd Mayweather. But in a moment, we'll talk about that utter madness. But first, we've got you on because this weekend, live on the talkSPORT Ireland YouTube channel, Mick Conlan takes on Jack Bateson for the vacant WBC International Featherweight title. Joins Andy Clark on comms. I think you're on co-coms, actually. Sorry, whoever's written this. Tell us a bit more about the fight, would you, Steve?
Well, first of all, it's going to be a great fight because it's a good match. Nowadays, we see fights which aren't good matches and are not really competitive fights. But this is going to be a great fight because you've got two young guys, right? Very similar records, very similar ability. Both know that a win here propels them into a world title shot.
It's would you say it's win or bust for Mick Conlan? He's lost his last two of his last three fights?
It probably is win or bust for Mick Conlan because for that very reason he has lost those fights, and there's a lot of question marks now over Mick Conlan. A lot of people are very quick to criticise him and start to find fault in him, whereas before, without doubt, he was definitely going to be the next big thing, next world champion. But I kind of have Michael Conlan in a category. I've seen good fighters win world titles, and I've seen great fighters who haven't. And Mick Conlan, in my opinion, fits into that category of an exceptionally good fighter, talented in every way, but it's unfortunate that he hasn't won a world title. I mean, he's unfortunate, and it was absolutely wrong that he wasn't an Olympic gold medalist. And then in his professional game, he just hasn't got luck on his side. There's a term called the luck of the Irish. I think it's bypassed him. He's a very unlucky guy with so much talent. He's so dedicated, works so hard, but he just never had that break at the time when he needed it.
Steve, how much do you think the home atmosphere will play its part for Conlan?
Well, Conlan's from Belfast, and although Belfast is part of the island of Ireland. He has a great following, but he's not that. He hasn't fought in Dublin very often. Amateur, a lot of fights in here. Professionally, he hasn't. So it's a different atmosphere. But yeah, he will have a home following. But sometimes though, that's a pressure because you're at home. It can be more of a pressure than being away. When you're away, the odds are against you. You're in the lines. Then you're fighting the guy on his turf, and that way it's almost easier. But when you're on your home turf, I think it can be more pressure sometimes, and so I don't know. It's all about his mind, how he works it out. I don't know, but although it's on home ground, still he's got international judges. He will have a crowd, a local home crowd following him, but I don't think it really makes a difference. In my opinion, it never made a difference with me. I actually I preferred to be in the other guy's hometown because I felt I had to dig down deeper and do more to win convincingly. So it brought more out of me. But that's how it works with me.
Okay, before we move on, give me a prediction. How will the fight end, Steve?
I honestly believe it's going to go the distance. And I think Conlan, because he has more experience at the higher level over Bateson, I think he might have that bit more experience. And plus the pressure's on him. He has to win. He has to win tonight. And Bateson, Bateson is still young and up and coming and can afford a couple of losses. I don't think Conlan has that opportunity to lose it again. He has to win this to get the world title shot.
Okay. Listen, let's move on. I want to get your view. I mentioned it ever so briefly. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather are set to step into the ring once again next year in another one of these nonsense exhibition bouts. Boxing royalty Roy Jones Jr. was on with Hawksby and Jacobs earlier on today and reacted to that news that these two legends will be stepping back in the ring. Have a listen, Steve.
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm the type of guy, I don't hate on nobody. I don't want to hate on nobody because I'm not really a hater like that. So it's like if they're going to do it and make it something big for the public to see and they're going to make money doing it, my hat goes off to them, more power to them. I'm not that kind of guy. It's like, you can sit there and pick it apart and say, well, Mike didn't look good against Jake or this and that or that and that, but it's not that. It's like maybe he had a bad night. We'll see what happens this time. So you should never hate on anybody making money in the sport because that's what this sport is for. But my hat goes off to them.
Listen, it's for my money, Steve. It's not whether or not good
I
luck.
like Ray Jones. I'm a friend of Ray. I know him personally. Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
Steve,
it's your show. I listen.
No. Listen, you're the guest, so you're much more important than we are. But I was going to ask you. My point is that it's all very well someone like a legend like Roy Jones Jr. saying good luck to him. I'm not a hater, and I agree with it. It's nice to hear. But it would be fine if the fight was free. It's not going to be free. They're going to be charging the public to actually watch this fight. It's going to be very expensive. And I just feel that when you're asking people to cough up with their hard-earned money, they need value for money. And I just don't think when these two meet in an exhibition, you're going to get value for money.
So what are you saying?
What am I saying? I just think it's a little bit naughty that they would charge the public to see.
I know, I'm not being smart, but I mean, you just said it there. You don't have to watch it. If you want to watch it, put your hand in your pocket and watch it. If you're a fool, go ahead. If it appeals to you, go ahead. If you think it's a great fight, go ahead. Who really cares? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make a difference. It's two well-known guys, you know, living on their past, obviously bored, have nothing else to distract them, putting on an exhibition for a lot of money. But who cares? You don't have to watch it.
No, you don't.
You almost made it out like, you know, you have to pay this money to watch it. It's wrong. You don't have to watch it.
No, of course you don't. And you could say that with any fight, Steve.
Right, Jones got more talk time than me. No, I'm talking now, okay? Listen, let him get it on. Who cares? It's at the end of the day, there's people watching rubbish on television now, and they're paying for it. People want to pay to watch it. Let them. I have absolutely no interest. It means nothing to me. I don't know. It's entertainment of some sort. I don't know what sort it is, but it's not a fight. It's just an exhibition, and I'm looking forward to seeing at least 8 or 9 belts tonight with young guys who we never heard of.
Yeah.
Going to put on a great boxing exhibition, getting in the ring, fighting their hearts out to win. You know, and you've got a great main event. That to me is what I want to see, and I would pay to see that. Tyson and whoever these guys are fighting each other, who cares? I'm not interested in it. And we don't have to watch it. I don't even know why we're talking about it.
Okay. Steve, I know you just said you don't have to watch it, and you're 100% right. Is that something that would ever appeal to you?
No, I'm not interested. Well, listen, I had 25 years from my first fight to my last fight. I loved the game. I gave 100%. I dedicated my life, my heart and soul to it. And I came out very, very lucky to achieve what I achieved. Better fighters than me didn't achieve what I achieved. So I'm very lucky. There's a lot of luck in the game. And when the game is over, I live my life. I live my dreams. Boxing to me was a stepping stone to what I wanted to do in life, which is what I'm doing now, which is living a really good life and a happy life. And I love boxing. I can't thank boxing enough for it. These guys, you know, what do I want to go back for? I got away with it. I was lucky to get away with it. I wasn't found out. So why do I want to go back and get found out and get knocked out by somebody?
If you were offered a handsome amount of money to be on comms duty for Mayweather Tyson, would you do it?
No, I'm not interested in doing it. I've much better things to do. I'd rather be out grooming my horse and taking them out for a hack around the field. It's more appealing to me. I'm lucky I don't want money. I don't need money because I'm living happy, peaceful, comfortable life. Don't need it. I'm so lucky. That's why when you ring me up and you ask me, how am I doing, I'd say I'm living the dream, and it's not a phrase, it's a fact. I had a dream as a young boy, and my dream come true, and I worked hard, and boxing helped me achieve my dream, and that's why I love the sport, and I'm all for the sport, and yeah, that's the answer.
Steve, the only problem with you coming on the phone as often as you do is it means you don't come in the studio as often as we'd like you to come in. The next time you're about, can you pop into our show?
I'm less than 25 minutes on the train to you. My train leaves 5 minutes from my house and stops right at London Bridge. I've always been in there before, and I've popped in anytime you want me.
Next week.
I love going in because you're a great station. And what I like about your station is we don't always agree, and I love not an argument, I love a debate on different opinions, and it's very interesting. And I like a show. Yeah, I'm available.
Next week.
I'm half an hour away.
All right. Next week we'll get you in, all right? I mean, it's International Week, so it's perfect for us, Steve.
Happy days.
There you go. How easy
looking
is that?
Looking forward to a good show tonight. Really am. It's going to be a great fight.
Us too. It's live on the Island YouTube channel. Steve, you're a star. You know that. We'll see you next week in the studio, please God.
Excellent, guys. Thank you very much.
Steve.
And listen, have a good weekend and enjoy the last bit of sunshine. Winter's coming.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers, Steve.
Thank you. All the best.
Steve Collins there, former 2-weight champion of the world.
I was going to knock you out.
Listen, that's why I've invited him in. We'll settle it like men.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not old. He can't do this, can he? He can't. Is he gone? Yeah. He'll settle it like men. He comes in face to face. We'll do it properly.
Will that belly ref it?
Oh, he's still there, Steve.
Did I hear someone say they're going to knock me out?
Yes, that was Andy Goldstein, Steve. Andy Goldstein.
Do you know what? I've changed my mind now. Let's get it on. Let's have a circus bout, okay?
Steve, my name is Darren Bent.
No, it's not. It's Andy Goldstein.
I'm going to hang up now because I don't want to hear anymore. Okay, I got to get myself ready for my show tonight. All the best, guys.
Have a good one. Cheers, Steve. Who's done that?
It's a joke.
Who's done that?
Jack, I love that.
Jack, what's the matter?
No, Jack, that serves him right for yesterday with the kid blaming you.
Has he got, hold on, let me just check. Has he gone? I could have him. No problem. Make sure that never goes out, by the way. I'm off me and Benny right after this.
Bit of humble, Kendrick.
Lights on. Who are you trying to impress, Jack? Who are you trying to impress today? Huh? What's the matter?
Humble. Slow down.
She's driving talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside Still to Calm. talkSPORT as a brand new superstar host will be joined by that person at 5:30 in the studio. Let me tell you now. I'll wait that. Just quickly. Oh, sorry, I'm going to yawn. How rude that. Oh, that's so rude. Sorry. Oh, I'm yawning again. There was drama in the NFL Oh, yawning again. Season opener as Jalen Carter was sent up a spit-in at his opponent just 6 seconds into the end zone game.
Shocking, though.
Do you watch it?
Yeah. Do you know what's shocking about it?
Just such an American name, Jalen Carter.
That Dak, the quarterback in question.
Who?
Dak Prescott spat first.
Jack Prescott?
Dak, D-A-K.
What's Dak? What's going on here?
Yeah, he spat first, and then obviously Carter responded.
Spitting.
It's disgusting.
It's
It's the worst thing.
Yeah, you see, Luis Suarez got in trouble for that as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. He was always up to something, him.
He can't stay out.
Remember the bite? Who did he bite again? Was it Ivanovic?
Yes, it was Ivanovic. Yes, exactly.
Tagging, who does that?
No.
Like on the pitch, you know what I do? You annoy me.
Bit shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah, a bit shoulder. Yeah.
Jeez.
I laugh, but it's not funny.
Terrible. Don't laugh at it. Now, do you want a chance to win 25,000 in cash plus Oasis tickets to their very last show at Wembley on the 27th of September?
Yep.
It's not for you. Well, listen up, because we're giving you the chance to win with our biggest competition yet. 2 lucky winners, yes, 2, will win a pair of tickets to see Oasis live at Wembley for the last time. But that's not all. Along with the tickets, one of you will walk away with £25,000. That's nuts. For all details on how you can enter, listen up right now, because you could be one of those lucky winners.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word Oasis to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 19th of September at 9 a.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
And if you want, yeah, you can. And if you want to know what it's really like to win one of these competitions TalkSPORT has on offer, have a listen to this. This is Will, who was obviously clever enough to enter the last one.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, it was brilliant. They're brilliant live. I've seen them before. I went to them when they performed at the Etihad a couple of years ago. They were unbelievable then, and it was just the same then. So good. I'll just do it. I've never won anything in my life, and then when I got that phone call, I was absolutely buzzing for it. But still, I'm now 3 weeks later.
Thank you so much.
I bet Will didn't go on the kiss cam, whatever it's called. Right, time now for this.
It's time to introduce the most wise, wonderful, insightful character in the land of betting. The man, creature himself, Paddy's Wise Wolf, on TalkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Yeah, time now to talk about Paddy's Wise Wolf, because he's going to talk us through the best bet builder that we should be looking at this weekend. So let's say hello and good afternoon to the Wise Wolf. Hello, Wise Wolf.
Hello, Andy.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. We're up against
glossing over the evening's football fixtures, see what I want to watch.
Good. We've only got a couple of minutes left, so let's jump in first with the obvious question. Can you remind everyone how the bet builder works?
Yes, so it is sort of like an accumulator, but within events within a same match. You can have anything from the result, the amount of goals, to how many corners, fouls, players to shoot, players to score, anything of the sort.
Okay. The game we're looking at is tomorrow night in the World Cup, the qualifier, as Ireland play Hungary in Dublin. It's a 5-leg bet builder. These are our picks. I've gone for both teams to score.
Yeah, it's a solid enough shout. Both teams have 2 clean sheets in their last 10, and those are against Luxembourg, Finland and Bosnia between them, so not exactly the highest caliber of opposition there.
Okay. Bentley, what have you gone for?
I've gone for under 3.5 goals.
Yeah, that's happened in all but one of the games under the new Ireland manager, and then with Hungary, it's happened in 8 out of the last 10, but then those 2 were both away games to Germany and the Netherlands, so again, tricky matches.
Next up is producer Joe, newly engaged, going to be a dad again as well.
Yeah, so the producer's pick is Smodix to have a shot on target, and you know me, I've got to pick something that I don't agree with, and this week it's Smodix. He's not had a single shot on target yet in the championship. Ipswich have been looking dreadful. He's been struggling for fitness with his injury problems.
Good luck with this one.
Yeah, and then also he could just be getting a pretty tough reception from the match as well. He was eligible to play for Hungary and chose Ireland instead of them. The fans not maybe particularly happy with him, but on the other hand, I'm thinking Dominic Szoboszlai shot on target. It's at 4-6. He's playing a different position for Hungary than he does for Liverpool. Plays further up the pitch. He's on free kicks. He's on penalties, which could be a big factor against Ireland's really deep defensive line.
Okay.
And if that itself isn't enough, it also is a higher price and gives more money for the Attitude Foundation. So
if it comes in, let me ask Joe if he wants to cancel his Ipswich player and his love of the club. Joe says not. I can't say that, but he says no. So let's move on then. We've got 2 left, is that right?
Yes, we've got the people's pick, which is Evan Ferguson to have a shot on target. Just like our producer's not going to switch from Ipswich, I don't think the Paddy Punters are going to switch away from Ireland. Evan Ferguson shot on target, not too unlikely. He's had 0.8 per game so far in Ireland's Nation League's run, but 2 of those games were against England as well, so you wouldn't have expected him to have that much service. And he's averaging 1 a game so far for Roma.
Okay, and the last one is yours. What are you going for, Wolfie?
Yeah, it's Dominic Szoboszlai to be fouled twice. It's happened 1.9 times per game for Hungary so far. You'd expect him to have a lot of freedom on the ball, playing against Ireland's deep block. And most of the Irish players, they are, these days, the majority of those defenders and midfielders are championship players, not used to playing against players of that calibre.
Okay, before I let you go, can you just confirm the Bet Builder Insurance, the odds and the value of the charity bet one more time, Wolfster?
Yeah, so for the Attitude Foundation, it is both teams to score under 3.5 goals, Smodic shot on target, Ferguson shot on target, and Szoboszlai to be fouled twice, comes in altogether at 15-2 on the dot, £10 pays £85.
Sounds good, Wolf. Have a great weekend. Thanks for coming on.
You too. Take care.
There you go. That's Paddy Power's Wise Wolf Bet Builder for today. Minimum 125 plug 80 plus. Be gambler dog.
Paddy's Wise Wolf on talkSPORT with Paddy Power.
Now, when we come back, we'll be asking if football is getting more and more woke by the season. You know, now it seems fashionable. You take a kick off and you just knock it into the corner flag to gain advantage.
Very PSG.
Very PSG indeed. So we'll be asking what you make of football moving forward in that direction, literally. And also we'll be asking if you play Saturday and Sunday football and your manager comes into the dressing room beforehand and gives you some ridiculous tactics to make sure you follow through with. What are they? 03717 223344. Hour number 2 coming up. A reminder, hour number 3, we've got Hugo Monnier with us in the studio as well.
bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world, and if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion, talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets
to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against a real prospect, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Pardon, Darren. Welcome back to our number 2, Drive Time. Andy Goldstein's Drive Time. I'm the host.
Darren Bent.
I'm the pilot. I'm the captain of the ship.
No, you're not.
Alongside me,
the pilot. I'm the engine.
Seaman. Darren Bent.
The what?
Sergio
Hey, Joe.
Giorgini.
What's all this, man?
I said I'm a captain of a ship.
And what am I?
You get the captain, you get seaman. Sorry, that's how ships work, isn't it?
Mate, I'm the engine. You're the pilot. That's it. You know that.
I'm more than a pilot. I'm more than just flying it there.
No, you're not.
I'm air traffic control, mate.
You're not,
I
mate.
am.
You're not. I'm the engine.
No, you're not the engine.
I am.
You just give out sandwiches.
Glider. You are glider. There you go.
No. You're a trolley dolly. That's what you are.
You need to eat, mate.
Huh?
I'm the engine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not underestimating your
I'm
job.
the
You
engine.
give out sandwiches.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, do you want chicken with that style salmon? That's all you do. It's good.
You press the button. Autopilot.
No,
That's you. Autopilot. I'm the engine. Get on with it.
Go on, you fly it. Go on then.
No, shoot it. Go on.
Go on, no, fly it.
No, it's up
Go
to
on, Mr. Engine.
Oh, no, I'll do one.
Go on then.
Right. Still to come, we'll be joined by Joko ahead of England versus Andorra tomorrow live on talkSPORT. But now we're asking, has football fully gone woke?
Why they cut the holes in the back of the
it
socks?
looks trendy or something.
Away you go. It's not a trend.
That's about nonsense.
Everybody trying to play out from the back. The goalkeeper kicking it to the centre half. I'm not convinced every single player understands why they're doing that.
Now it's almost like, you can't tell someone the truth in football anymore.
Therein lies the problem with the modern day. What a baby. Honestly, it's pathetic.
That's about nonsense.
Carry on, Andy.
Today we're asking when football became so woke. I've seen a lot of nonsense throughout the years, such as small, tiny little shin pads, holes in socks. What's all that about?
That's the person.
Giving Ed Sheeran a squad number. What is that all about? Playing 15-year-olds in the Premier League. I don't mind that. Wembley selling... Wembley selling IPA and chicken tenders. Joe's got a real problem. You got a real problem with chicken tenders.
No, it weren't chicken tenders he had a problem with. What was it?
Dulwich Hamlet as well, he's not a fan of. That's not food, by the way. It's a club. Well, you got a problem with chicken tenders. What was the other food you had a problem with, Joe? Can you remember what it was? Was it? Anyway.
That was it. Salt and pepper. No, salt and pepper chicken.
Yeah.
That was it. Salt and pepper chicken.
That's lovely. There's nothing wrong with that. But in the last few months, we've seen a big shift in tactics, with teams now continuing to kick a ball out of play straight from kickoff right over to the corner flag. What do you make of that, Darren Bent?
I mean, look, I've got no problem with this. It swings and roundabouts. We saw PSG do it, and at first, when I first saw it, I thought, "What has he seen there? That's a bad pass out." I think it was Vitinha that did it. But obviously, I get it. Numerical advantage. They'd have one player off the pitch. You think you've got a slight advantage in their area, but there's so many of these little things that in football where I still don't understand the two centre halves are standing next to the 6-yard box. The goalkeeper's in the middle. They pass the ball to the goalkeeper.
What's
well, it's a goal kick.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper was in the middle of his goal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You have one centre half one side of the 6-yard box, the other centre half the other, and they pass it back to the goalkeeper. And I get it. You're trying to draw the opposition on.
Yeah.
But if they don't bite it, would you do the ball? You ultimately end up panicking and going long anyway. So yeah, there's loads of different tactics, but we've seen it over the years. Like I remember 4-4-2 was the formation. Then it went to it was a bit of 4-5-1. Then it evolved into 4-3-3.
Remember Christmas tree?
Yeah,
went nuts for
Christmas tree. Do you know what I mean? So many different formations, and it will swing in roundabouts. Like
now it's playing out from the back.
Out from the back. At some point, it's going to go back to that. Just shell it.
Do you think because Man City have got Donnarumma, who's no good? People say he's no. I was thinking about this the other day. People say he's no good. I'm sure he's fine.
He's more than capable, but no goalkeeper on the planet is Edison with their feet.
No.
So I think Pep will find a way of I'll find a way of getting the best out of Donnarumma. Now his shot stopping is there for all to see. He's one of the best in the world, if not the best. And they'll just make it simple for him in terms of playing out from the back. Like they're not going to be asking him to do what Edison done, which I remember seeing Edison. It might have been against Ipswich last year at Portman Road when they won. I think it was 6, where he picked up the ball and outside his own box and he fired this pass. It might have been into Gundogan. So he passed it past Ipswich's front line and bypassed their midfield into his feet. He turned, they're away. He's probably one of the only goalkeepers on the planet that could do that. I'm not expecting to see Donnarumma do that.
No.
But what Donnarumma can do is his shot stopping is incredible.
Yeah, it is. I am waiting for someone to reinvent the wheel, and one day Pep will play 4-4-2, 2 forwards up top, Haaland and whoever, and they'll go, "Oh my God, it's unbelievable formation. How's he done that? How's he come up with that?" I would love to see a 4-4-2 again, but you just think the midfield will get overworked.
Well, certain teams do kind of play a 4-4-2 a little bit.
I know. I'd like to see Big Ed's play it. Like old school, 2 strike. Imagine like if Aguero and Haaland were up top for Man City.
Oh my goodness! But you very rarely now see 2 absolute out like Yorkie and Cole. Two out and out strikers. It's always now, if you play 2 up top, it's more one that can play the 10 and one play up top.
One drop deep.
But you don't really get 2.
You don't get wingers. You don't get a right foot and a left foot on the left and right.
Nope.
And the left foot goes down the left hand
and
side and crosses it. You don't see a lot of headed goals anymore.
No, but that will come back. It has to come back at some point.
It does have to come back.
Yeah, I think it will come back. You're right. Giggsy on the left, Beck's on the right.
Done
it for you.
You don't have that. A winger crossing it at the byline. You don't have that anymore.
No.
If you're good with your left foot, Mohamed Salah, you play on the right.
You cut inside, wham.
You play on the right. And I get that. I get that.
Well, that takes a little bit of, I'd say, pressure and emphasis off the centre forward, because it used to be certainly, right, the wide players provide the chances for the strikers, and the strikers are the ones who score. You're judged on scoring the goals.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, maybe that the striker, the emphasis on him scoring all the goals maybe is not as important as it once was, because now the whole forward line is expected to get their goals. So you're not just looking at, it used to be wide players, if you can get between 5 and 10, oh my goodness, well done. But you up front have got to get 20.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit, you'd love the centre forward to get 20, but wide people have got to get 15.
Do you think there's too much analysing going on in football? You know, like, I'll tell you what annoys me in football. At the end of a game, they take the tops off and they've all got bras on.
No, you need that. It's got GPS in it.
I know that. They haven't actually got bras. I just think, just make them long. Don't make them look like bras, because then they look like bras, right?
No.
Make it a vest.
No, but you'd rather trust me, it's more comfortable.
It just looks silly.
It doesn't.
It does.
No.
Make it well, you said it's uncomfortable. Runners wear vests, so make it a vest.
No, but runners wear vests and don't have a shirt over the top of that.
I know, but just it looks.
The bras are better.
No.
If you're ripped as well, it looks good, Mum.
No, it doesn't. It looks like you're a ripped man with a bra
That's
on.
fine. Yeah, but you've got GPS in the back.
No, that's not fine.
It's fine.
No, it's
and,
not.
and I think some clubs.
Benny, let me tell you now.
Some clubs heart rate monitor
That's
underneath
fine.
as well.
That's fine. That, right? But not the bra.
Yeah, get the
so
bra
that
on.
annoys me. But also sort of like, he ran 4.5k less this week.
No, that's important.
It's not, mate.
Mate,
right, Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
His stats for running wouldn't have been that good.
No.
So you would have gone, Teddy, come here, office, sit down. Not running enough.
No, but it wasn't. No, but certain players. It's not about how far you run.
No, that's my point.
No, but
too many stats.
No,
get
but
bogged down with
it's
stats.
not just about how far you run as well, because that obviously it all buys into the red zone stats.
What's that?
So red zone's your heart rate at maximum capacity, how long you can hold it there for, but also the risk of injury. So even though Teddy, in your words, by the way, didn't run that much.
We didn't. Everyone said the first yard was in his head.
Yeah, because he was so intelligent.
Yeah,
right?
unbelievable player.
But just say one game he ran less than he usually would.
Yeah.
Or no, so more than he usually would. They look at the Duke and go, "Oh, Teddy, like, do you know what I mean? Let's have a little
what?
Like, do you, they're asking.
I'll be Teddy.
Just asking questions.
Gaffer.
Like, no, I'm the gaffer. I'm not sports science.
Okay, all right, sports science man.
Yeah, but it's just to keep a guide on
No,
things.
it's too much. People get bogged down with it. Watch the game of football.
No.
Watch it. Revert back to your 4-4-2. Pump it long. Two boys up top. Head it down. Goal. 1-0.
Also, as well, if your red zones are really high,
red zone.
you're at risk of injury. So I can remember being at Sunderland.
Right,
I could have been at Sunderland with Jordan Henderson, right? And every training session, he used to run like a maniac, work really, really hard. So a couple of times, Bruce had to say, "Listen, come out training today because you're at risk of injury because you're blowing a gasket."
Sadly, I understand what you're saying, but sadly, that doesn't make any difference to the amount of injuries you get in the Premier League.
No, because we played too many games. That's why.
So it doesn't make any difference then?
No, but still,
you're in the red zone. Oh, you better calm down a bit. You're going to get injured.
Yeah, but still.
Sorry, mate, you're injured.
Yeah,
anyway.
but there's a difference between you can miss a training session and then be fit for the Saturday, then go, you know what, just get
But
on with it.
what I'm saying, all that technology has made no difference to the amount of injuries.
No, because it has. Because
it hasn't. Our Spurs.
Yeah, but it could be more. Without the data, there might be more injuries than we're seeing.
No, because the data's meant to stop you getting.
No.
He's meant to prevent you.
No, and it is preventing, but still you're going to get injuries. But rather than having a 6-week injury.
We get bogged down with all this.
Nah, see, you know what you need to do? You need to be part of sports science. You need to go and have a look at it. We need to go to a football club.
Science, schminds.
No, we need to go to a football club and you have a good look at the data. It's incredible when you go there.
No, but what I'm saying is, the best team will win. The data's irrelevant.
No, are you stupid?
No.
How is the data irrelevant?
Give me Rodri and don't give me any data. Give me Haaland. I don't want any data.
No,
I can see with my eyes that they're brilliant.
You can't. Because
well, I can.
If he's pushing his body to the maximum and he's at risk of injury, the sports science people will go to the manager and say, "Listen,
right, have they got sports science at Man City?"
Yeah.
Rodri's been injured for about.
Because he did an ACL, which is a muscle injury.
I know.
So
it made no difference to him.
But
he's going to do it anyway.
No, I'm telling you now.
I'll tell you what. You get the It's like you're suggesting is Moneyball.
No, we need. No, it's not.
No, it's,
we need a sports scientist to call it the show.
No. I don't want them phoning up.
No, I want
No, I don't want. If you're sports science,
I'm sure one would have messaged me.
No, I don't care. What you're saying, right, is Moneyball. You
No,
look at all their stats, how far they run, how many passes, how many touches, red zone or blue zone, all this nonsense.
I'm not talking about the touches and all that. I'm talking about obviously playing.
Expected goals. No, absolutely.
No,
nonsense.
you spend a lot of time now. There's a lot of games in throughout the world of football, but the data will help you manage the minutes and the training load. It's called a load of certain players.
What's the best team, international or club level, ever?
Ever?
Yeah.
I mean, what question that is? I mean, how am I supposed to answer that?
Well,
I'll give you Spain.
Okay, well, I'll give you Brazil 1970.
All right, I'll go Brazil 2002.
Okay, well, I'll stay with 1970 because it's meant to be the best team ever.
Okay.
No data analysis. No, they didn't wear bras, did they? Pele didn't take his top off.
But they didn't play as many games. That's why.
It doesn't matter, mate.
Well, of course it matters.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
There's a difference between 30 games and 60 games.
Yeah, huge difference.
Well, there you go.
No, but I'm
data. No, I'm telling you now. Look, if you're a sports scientist out there, please call up the show and explain to Andy.
What I'm saying is football is getting too woke. We're getting bogged down with gain an extra 8 yards and kick it out to the corner flag.
Would you
push up? They've got one man off the pitch. It's like NFL.
Okay, listen,
that's what it is.
What
do they call it in NFL when they're gaining? What is that called?
An advantage? 10 yards?
Yeah, what's that called? Like they're taking like Anyway, go on.
No, but seriously, that bit there, kicking out of touch, that's okay, I understand that. But data and sports science is so important.
No, you think it is.
No, it is important. Do you want the best product?
Liverpool didn't.
No, do you want the best product?
No.
Okay, there you go then. All right, fair enough. If you want the best product, then fair enough. I want to see the best product.
I'm telling you now, no team has won the Premier League because they had better technology with analysis than another team.
I bet they did.
No.
Okay.
They won it because they had the best players and the best manager.
And they were well managed. The loads was well managed.
What would you rather have, right? The best technology in the world and average players?
Yeah.
Or average technology and the best players?
Well, no. I'd rather have the best players, but the average technology is still there. Still good tech.
No, I don't want tech. Stick your tech.
Honestly, I'd rather. I need a sports science to call up.
No,
To put
I
you
don't
in
want
your
a sports
place.
science. They'll probably get the number wrong. No, they get the number wrong.
I'm gonna
Or they
message
get
a
someone to dial it for them, type numbers in.
I mentioned a couple of them.
03717223344. You can have your say on what we've been talking about. And also, if you've ever been given ridiculous tactics by your manager at Saturday or Sunday league football, phone up now. Kick it long. Oh. Driver talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein. Mr. Argumentative over there, Darren Bent. Still to come, talkSPORT is a brand new superstar host. We'll be joined by them in 15 minutes' time. Can't wait for that. Just quickly, John Stones has withdrawn from the England squad for the next 2 World Cup qualifiers because of injury. We wish him well. I told you I met John Stones at an Oasis gig. Not spoken to him before. One of the nicest people you'll ever
you said
meet.
that, yeah.
Lovely fella, lovely fella. Right, we are asking whether football is going a bit woke. This after the new tactics we are seeing in the past few months where teams have decided to kick off and then kick it out to gain an advantage and go up the field. You wanted a sports scientist. I think we've got one somewhere, but I don't know where.
Is it Josh? Someone called Josh on there, maybe?
No, I'll take him in order. Samuel is first up. Hi, Samuel.
Hello.
Hello, Samuel.
Is that me?
Are you Samuel?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Sorry, boys. It's it's not. This is the first time I've got through, so I don't really know the.
I know, but you are aware that if you're called Samuel and someone says Samuel, that usually, you answer yes.
Well, it's usually Samuel if I'm in trouble, but cool.
Now you're in trouble. Sam, what would you like to say?
Well, I'd just like to say I love your show. I think you boys are amazing. Like I listen to you whenever I can, and there's not another show like it.
Oh, it's very kind. Thanks, man.
But weirdly, I do agree with you today, Andy. I think it's gone. I think it's gone too far. I think 90s it was clear that it was not. There needed to be more nutrition, etc. But I think sort of the sweet spot was about sort of 2002 to 2010, 11.
Yeah.
When we had a nice balance of flair and, the sort of improvements in fitness, etc. And now it's too formulaic. It's just too deliberate. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm fed up with watching it.
To be fair, a lot of people have said that the prime Barclays years were them years that you just said.
Yeah, and we've gone too far. I don't really know how we come back. It's just like how many amazing games are there now? There aren't that many, and I know as many people as ever are watching it and interested in it, but it's too formulaic, and I don't know how we go back.
Okay. Samuel, good call. Thanks.
I've got a message for you.
Hold on, who's it from?
From Show Me the Monnier.
Hugo.
Yep.
Yep.
He said, you can tell Goldstein, he's off his head. Data is huge in pro sports. He knows.
Well, he'll be in the studio.
Yeah.
So he can give it all that when he's here. We can all be a keyboard warrior, but when he's in front of me and Hugo, we'll have it. Jack's a Newcastle fan, by the way. Hugo Monnier in the studio from 6. Jack, Newcastle fan. Hi, Jack. Jack, you there? Josh.
Hello?
Josh.
Yeah, no, I'll make sure you're saying the right name, mate, because obviously the last lad got it wrong.
Are you Josh?
Yeah, I'm Josh, mate. Don't you worry about that.
All right, I only said that 4 times. Go on, Josh, what do you want to say?
Well, you said Jack.
Yeah, but then I said Josh. I went Jack, and then I went Josh.
Right, anyway. I just wanted to chip in on the sports science side of you, because I've sort of got a balanced view on it. You were saying about all these players that were just naturally gifted and how good they were before sports science, like your Teddy Sheringham's and that. And I agree that they were still great players. However, my argument would be if sports science was a bit more advanced back then, how good could they have been?
Hold on, sorry.
It's all about the marginal gain.
I think you've totally misquoted me. What I was saying with regards to Teddy Sheringham was you would, if the stats were about then, you would have looked at his stats and said, Teddy, you're not running enough. And that would have changed his game, and his game didn't need to be changed. That's what I was saying.
Okay, fair enough. However, even still with the Teddy Sheringham thing, the sports science side of things isn't to tell him to run more, it's to identify what his strong points are and then to hone in on them. So if sports science, even still to my point, if sports science is more advanced back then you can hone in on his strong points and potentially make him even better. So that half a yard that he's got in his head, can we then build on that and make marginal gains?
So you look at that, Josh knows what he's talking about. Josh knows what he's talking about.
I hear what you're saying, but that's just like David Brentisms, because Teddy Sheringham's game for Teddy was absolutely perfect. And so if you would have said to Teddy, we've looked at all the stats, you need to do this, there's no guarantee whatsoever you would have turned him into a better player. You could argue you turned him into a worse player because you're taking away that natural instinct.
Yeah, but you could also, on that train of thought, you can argue that you could have made him a better player. It's all could have and should have.
Yeah, so there's no proof. That's what I'm saying. There's no proof either way.
Yeah, but if we can get that 1%, that 2%, that's potentially going to get him 3, 4, 5 more goals per season to try and put his team in a better scenario, would you at least not want to try it?
But they're just words.
They're not just words.
Mate, hold on. What stats do you think you could give Teddy Sheringham that would give him 5 more goals a season about his game?
I mean, for instance, you could talk about his heat map, his positioning. Is there anywhere that he could? That he could be that the crosses are getting it? Yeah, but if crosses, let's say you're looking at the whole team and you're looking at the heat map from the whole team and where balls are going into the box, can you tell Terry that area of the pitch is where our wingers are aiming the ball the most?
Why don't you tell your wingers to aim? Why don't you tell your wingers to aim for the striker?
So are you telling me, Andy? Right? Are you telling me that Teddy could have not got any better? That he was at the maximum of his like he couldn't make himself any better.
Yeah, I am saying that. Yeah,
you're crazy.
No, because
every player can make himself
Wayne Rooney
better.
have made himself better.
Probably.
Well, there was technology about then.
Yeah, but still,
Why didn't he?
That's a conversation for Wazza. I mean, he was still unbelievable.
So
okay.
my conversation about Teddy's to do with me.
Okay.
But your one about Wazza's to do with Wazza.
Okay, last question then. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Look at the data on him. So look what he turned himself into.
Data when we got him from, was it Sporting?
Yeah, exactly. Look turned it into.
No, but he had that drive in him.
No, that's all data. That's a lot of data.
No.
A lot of
I'll tell you what. You played with data.
Yep.
What changes did you make to your game?
More explosive.
Absolute garbage.
How'd
You
you
always
you
had
just
that.
asked me a question.
Yeah, but you lied because you lied.
I'm not lying.
Sometimes the complaints will be false.
Swear on your life.
On my life.
What? Swear on your kid. Hold on.
No.
Swear on your kid's
More
life.
explosive. Jump higher.
Absolute
I
garbage.
said I'd jump higher.
Oh, and cross lower.
No, I went higher. Sports science.
No. You see the winger over there? Cross lower. Cross the Darren Bent to head.
No, I need it higher, please.
I understand what you can do with all these facts and figures, but there's no proof that it makes...
It does. Come on.
Well, you just said it didn't make you...
I said more explosive.
No, well, why weren't you explosive before that?
Yeah, but I was, but I wanted to get that extra yard.
Why didn't you know that?
Because I thought I was quick enough until the sports science went, no, do you know what? If you do it this... But okay, why do people... Why do the sports... Why do they make you push sleds? More power, more explosive.
Sleighs. Yeah, that's just... do with looking at numbers.
That is.
No, it's not. If I was in charge of strikers, I would always want them to be as explosive and as fast as possible.
And that helps.
I don't need you to wear a bra.
You do.
I don't, mate. I know that without you wearing a bra. By the way, I don't know why you're wearing one now. Still to come, we're going to be joined by Joe Cole ahead of England against Andorra tomorrow. It's live on talkSPORT, but first it's time for no Googling. Peter Shilton holds the record for the most World Cup appearances for England with 17. Who's second on that list? No, it's not Bex. I'll give you one of my stupid clues when we come back.
I don't agree with that in the workplace.
after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Rory McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tee time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Sevi would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Sevi would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
I don't know if they're winding me up about what they've just told me. Our next guest on Zoom. Are you winding me up? Before the break, ask the question. It's dry, by the way. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent alongside me. Pete Shilton holds the record for the most World Cup appearances for England with 17. Who's second on that list?
The only guy I can think of.
Oh, I hope you don't get it right.
Oh, you got a clue for me?
Yeah.
Can I borrow your pen?
Have you not got one?
No. Obviously not a spice. I can borrow yours.
All right. Don't even put that attitude. You ready?
Yep.
When you've got a cigarette, you flick the...
Bot.
No, into a...
Tray.
What's the whole thing called?
Ashtray.
Right.
Ashley Cole.
Is that you thought it was?
Yeah.
Ashley Cole, 14. Bobby Moore, 14. Oh, joint. There you go. Lineker, 12. Gerrard, 12. That's it. It's not bad, is it?
Not bad that at all.
Still to come, we'll be joined by Joey Cole, ahead of England against Andorra. Tomorrow it's live on talkSPORT. I understand that Hugo is listening. Is that right?
Yep.
Right, Hugo Monye will be with us. Hugo Money will be with us in the studio. But now, I can't believe we're doing this on our show. We have a big announcement here on talkSPORT. Brand new superstar / newsreader to host his own show overnights for talkSPORT. We look far and wide for someone who didn't really have much going for them on weekends and would do a 4-hour show for £30 plus add-ons. And of course, there was only one man who answered the call. Package, jeez.
You've reached Ben Fletcher. Good afternoon. How can I help?
3 grown men have just thrown bits of paper at me in the studio. Only one was successful. The Belgian turned down a new lucrative contract. Arsenal welcome Bulgarian champions Ludogorets to the Emirates. Excuse me.
What's your tipple? Me, lager. Sometimes the complaints will be false. I got his attention. Get their attention.
Ben Fletcher. Can he put himself in the headlines? First story in the bulletin. Here he comes, Ben Fletcher, right-footed, and he scores!
Die young, die old. Live fast, sure, live too bloody fast sometimes.
Double page spread on Darren Bent, England misery.
Very good, very good. Okay then, right, that's that.
More time has been spent on that package for Ben Fletcher than any other guest we've ever had on our show. We're lucky enough, it says here, to be joined live from Slough. He's not in the office. The new host of talkSPORT Weekend Overnights. If you're unaware what that is, talkSPORT actually does carry on from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Ben Fletcher is with us now to tell us more. Fletch?
Afternoon.
How are you?
Joe just said come out and wave.
I can't believe we're actually doing this chat. How are you, Fletch?
Very well, thank you. That was a very heartwarming package that the production team put together. All my best bits. I wasn't as grey back then as well. Yeah, exactly. A lot more brown hair back then.
I can't believe we're doing it. So Ben Fletcher, people know obviously. Ben reads the news or sport, and he has done for Drive Time for how many years?
It must be on off 12 years, I would say.
And now for some reason you've got the job of doing overnights on talkSPORT.
That's absolutely right. I used to stand in for the likes of Paul Ross, Martin Kellner and others over the course of a few years, and the opportunity came to take it on a permanent basis. Had a quick chat with the wife about it. The biggest impact obviously would have been my social life, but luckily I've got no mates. So Friday night and Saturday night radio, here we come, baby.
Is it an age thing? Martin Kellner and Paul Ross both in their 60s. I know you've just got to that milestone. Is it to do with when you get to 60?
I mean, I'm only 41, which may surprise you. In case you're looking at me and your jaw hits the deck, it was a very, very steep hill on Mid-Hope Road when I did my paper round. I'm not entirely sure. I can only assume that 12 or 13 other people were unavailable.
Fletch, sorry, they sent us your cue for your show, and it says, obviously, this is what you wanted us to read out. So it says, age, still in my 30s, and it says, presenting style, chilled out entertainer.
Basically. So, yeah. Come and say hi.
So tell us, you've got weekend overnight, so that's every Saturday and Sunday morning from 1 a.m, right?
That's absolutely right. 1 till 5, Saturday and Sunday morning. So we'll be looking ahead to the Premier League when it's back looking forward.
I was going to ask, so on the off chance that both your listeners are listening now, what else would they be listening to for those 4 hours?
What, on the show? Or what other stations are available? All sorts of things, really. There's a lot of live sport. There was a bit of a legal wrangling, actually. My predecessor, Martin Kellner, has a world-famous quiz called How Old Cary Grant, which is, I won't go into the mechanics of it now, but it's basically a guess the age quiz. He said we're a very popular part of the show for both listeners. We're able to carry that on, but we have to give it a different name. For legal reasons. Very, very bitter, protracted legal battle going on at the minute between me and Mr. Kellner. So if anyone out there has got a great idea, maybe we could get the number along the bottom of the screen to text in, call in. That would be great. So How Old Cary Grant is no more. It will carry on in a different form, but we need to think of a new name for it. So that's on the top of the to-do pile tonight. Elsewhere, loads going on. We'll be heading stateside. We're obviously building up to the World Cup in the States, the Americas next summer. So we're kind of making new friends over there. We've started supporting a team in the Canary Islands. I won't say exactly which one, but we'll be checking into one of the Canary Islands. I'll be one of their best football teams, actually, that have got a rich bit of Copa del Rey history. And we'll be chatting with them later this morning. And all sorts of stuff, really. Fun, frivolity.
More of these.
Frippery. More of these.
You've got a Woking football shirt on. You're a Woking season ticket holder. What are you doing with your season ticket? How are you going to go to games?
I'll still go. I'll just have to manage my sleep accordingly. Both my sons, Miles and Finley, who are 9 and 7, they've been season ticket holders for the last 2-3 years as well. I'll very much sleep around that. But the priority will be
Pardon? You're going to be doing what? Sleep around what?
sleep around the work priorities.
Oh. Okay. Are you looking forward to it, Fletch? Because all jokes aside, we love you. You're part of the talkSPORT furniture, and this is a great opportunity for you. And it's tough, right? Those hours are tough.
Yeah, they are tough, but it was a huge opportunity when junior middle management came calling, and I spent enough time on the airwaves belittling them, berating them, complaining about them. So I thought when this opportunity came to host my own show, to take on a big audience across the globe, really, and try and keep them awake or send them to sleep if they're in this country, it was an opportunity I couldn't turn down. So yeah, very, very excited. We get underway at 1, and I can't wait to get started.
I got his attention. Get their attention.
Just bear in mind, I know you've been in trouble a lot with HR and you've been on a yellow card a few times. Just bear in mind that they have the option to listen back. So even though they might not be listening when you say something a little bit naughty, they can still find it.
As Alan Brazil once said, keep your finger over the dump button.
Fletch, listen, you're on tomorrow night, not tonight. You're on tomorrow night, right?
It's tonight. So tonight, early hours tomorrow morning.
It's Saturday morning at 1 and Sunday morning at 1.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Fletch, usually I say I'll be listening. I won't because I'll be asleep, right? But what
you never know.
But what I will say is if I'm up, I'll put it on. Right, if I'm still up.
Thank you.
And I will look forward to seeing your highlight reel every time you go on Instagram. What's your Instagram account? People are going to follow you. What is it?
Ben A. Fletcher. Ben Fletcherism on Twitter. It might be the other way around, actually. I had one job. Ben Fletcherism on Insta. Ben A. Fletcher on X.
Okay.
What's an elf?
How long are you going to be, mate?
Jack, will you stop pressing buttons? Honestly.
I used to do that job. You may remember, Andy. I used to do that job for you many, many years ago.
You know
the way things are going, quite frankly, I might have to come back.
Do you know what? Jack used to do that job as well. Fletch, listen, we love you. We're really pleased for you. Have a great, great show. And everyone that's listening to our show, if you are up at that time or you want to set your alarms, make sure you tune in because Fletch is one of the best. So, Fletch, we wish you all the luck in the world, pal.
Thank you very much. If you need to be sent to sleep, tune in.
Cheers, Fletch. He's gone.
Great opportunity for a minute.
It's great. It's really tough, obviously, that shit.
Yeah.
But he's a very funny guy, as everyone's aware.
4 hours is tough at the best of times, but 1 till 5 is...
1 till 5.
Is tough.
Yep.
I mean, do you know what? Last night I couldn't sleep, so if I'm up tonight, can't sleep, I'll put him on.
And that'll send you straight to bed.
Jack, honestly.
Jack, do you like your job? Do you want to keep it? What are you saying?
He said no co-presenter. But 4 hours is long. But honestly, I will. If I can't, I'll tune in.
Okay, good. You should do.
He's a nice guy, Fletch.
He's a lovely guy.
I love Fletch. We're the same age, which I don't get.
What?
So I'm 41. He's 41.
He looks old enough to be your dad.
Yeah.
Your adopted dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Your fucker's 41.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
That's incredible, isn't it?
I think you know what.
Contestant number 2.
Because you've been with such a long time and good friends, maybe you should be one of his first guests on tonight. You. 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, do a pre-record, no problem.
No, just go on there live.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you do it? If I'm up, listen, there's every chance I'll be up at 1 o'clock.
Me too.
In the morning. Right. We'll play darts together after. Lionel Messi scored twice for Argentina in what is expected to be his final competitive match on home soil, saying the moment was something he had dreamed of. Messi was joined by his 3 sons, received a standing ovation from a crowd of 80,000 in moving scenes before the match. The 8-time Ballon d'Or winner captained Argentina to their 3rd World Cup in 2022 and has scored a record 114 goals in 194 games for his country. He said at full time, I'm trying to feel good and above all being honest with myself. When I feel good, I enjoy it. But when I don't, honestly, I don't have a good time. So I prefer not to be there if I don't feel good. We'll see. I haven't made a decision yet about the World Cup. Now, this is a player who has nothing left to prove.
Absolutely nothing.
He's one of, if not, the game's greatest ever players. Would you like to see him one more time in the World Cup? Or should he just ride off into the sunset on the back of that World Cup win in 2022?
No, I mean, I'd love to see him. I'd love to see him there, but as long as he's not just there just to be there. Like, I want him to obviously contribute like he did in the last World Cup, where he was obviously brilliant. But you're right, he is someone who is one of the greatest players ever. I mean, how many Ballon d'Ors? What, 7, 8 Ballon d'Ors? I think 8 Ballon d'Ors. Again, me and you said it before. There was always that last little bit because for some people, Ronaldo's the best, Messi's the best, and if people are saying Ronaldo's the best, I've got no argument with that because he is incredible. I think Messi.
Yeah,
but it just
whatever.
Ever.
See, for me, it's either him or Maradona.
Right, but then I almost feel like the moment he won that World Cup, that tipped it in his favour towards some people that were on the fence. But yeah, I mean, to see him retire would be gutting because he has been absolutely incredible. Like, I've never seen anything like him. Anything. The best.
Do you think if Ronaldo wins the World Cup with Portugal, they're level again?
Oh,
or because Ronaldo's older, that puts him...
No, I think if Ronaldo was to win the World Cup of Portugal at the age that he's at, because he's got so many fans around the world, I'm talking about, I mean, you see he's following on Instagram.
Yeah.
That would tip it in his favour.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
And you think it's between those two who's the greatest ever?
Well, in my opinion, obviously...
Were you too young for Maradona?
I was too young for Maradona.
Okay.
But even before, you got Pele before that.
Yeah, that's before my time.
Do you know what I mean? But so there's been great people throughout the years.
Yeah.
I can only speak for my generation, and Messi for me is top draw.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want him at the World Cup?
Yes.
Me too. Still to come on Drive. We'll find out why it smells a little bit strange in the studio.
Ray, I've got to tell you, I've just filled my nappy.
We'll be rating Arsenal's transfer window between 1 and 10. News to me.
1.
We'll also be joined by our very special guests, Joe Cole and Hugo Money.
Well, that's really good radio.
That is all that and so much more coming at the last hour drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. When we come back, Darren, what will it be?
The best in the history of everness, the best of talkSPORT.
Love it.
Very good. Very good.
Every word I say. It's Drive on talkSPORT. Andy Goldstein Bent is here. Still to come. We'll be joined by a former England rugby union star, the legend that is Hugo Monnier, the Frenchman. Now, though, it is time for this. It's time for the best talkSPORT and friends. We run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across talkSPORT and our sister stations. I love you know. Let's start off with last night's sports bar. Cundy describing a previous visit to a shoe store.
Do you know what, right? I remember when cowboy boots were in, right? And this is like, these were like mid to late 80s, right?
Right.
And there was a shop down the King's Road, the famous King's Road in Chelsea, right? It was called Arseholes. R-S-O-L-E-S, right? So they don't dump it. Don't dump it.
Okay.
Right? It was called Arseholes. I promise you. Right? But these were...
Okay.
You go in there, mate, and at the time, these were so expensive, but they were like the creme de la creme.
Do you know, he's not mucking about because that shop, I went through a stage where I used to wear like big old Beckham boots, biker boot. I bought a pair of boots from Arseholes.
Well.
What's your opinion? On...
Awful. Cowboy boot, awful. If you're a cowboy, yes, I've been watching Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Perfect. No, not for coming in there.
You don't like them?
No.
Would you ever get yourself a pair of cowboy boots? No.
No.
When was the last time you wore jeans?
The other day.
Did ya?
Yeah, it felt weird though.
Well, I always think they're buying the baggy dark jeans. What do you make of them?
I'm sorry, what?
No,
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Baggy dark jeans.
Some baggy dark ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, wear them. Why not? You won't know till you try it.
Okay, fine. What about the jeans denim bleeding into the trainers?
Oh, be careful with that. I told you about
that. Yeah. Other than shoe shops, which is your favourite store in the world?
My favourite store in the world, and it's not a shoe shop, would probably be Decathlon.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
I could spend days in there.
Days in there. It's got everything in there.
They've got sports I didn't even know existed. And you can buy like a canoe.
A canoe, a tent, and a scooter.
I know, it's nuts, isn't it?
Because
it's a great store.
The one in Portugal is unbelievable. Table tennis tables in there. Swimming pools in there.
Yeah, no, it's
tents.
You do go up there and go, do I need a punch bag?
Just me.
Currently, we're back on the Sports Bar Weekender from 10 p.m. tonight. I didn't know that. Take your calls alongside the legend. It's Carlton Cole.
Now, earlier in the week, Jamie O'Hara made a claim that our very own Ali McCoy is only 5'7". Here was Ali's response on Breakfast Show.
No, come on, mate. Right, it's unacceptable behaviour.
Because you get smaller as you get older.
On a Saturday in Manhattan with your platforms on, you're 5'11". You were never 5'11".
Do you wish that you were a bit taller then, in life, when you were a footballer?
No. Man, that's just turned into a personal attack on my height.
No,
You were never 5'11".
I was.
Away you go.
I was 5'11". It was just...
We've got any proof of this?
Big Hitler used to make me look small.
How tall's Ali, do you think?
5'8". Do you agree with that?
For 5'7", probably.
Right.
What's the best height to be?
6'1".
Yeah, that's me.
What are you?
6'1".
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'1's a great height.
Yeah, just dipping over that 6 line.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing?
Jack's quite tall. Jack, you're 6'3"? 6'5"? That's too big, isn't it?
What's the worst thing that happens to your body when you get old?
Nothing. I mean, I get better with age. I'm a little bit of a freak like that. I'm like Benjamin Button. What's the worst thing? I don't know. I'm not old yet.
Right,
Your eyesight.
Yeah, don't forget the Weekend Breakfast returns tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. with Natalie Sawyer and Big Tony Cascarino.
Let's finish with another clip from the Sports Bar. Cundy and O'Hara, they were together again, reacting to the news that a man proposed to his girlfriend outside the toilets of an EasyJet flight to Benidorm. That's amazing.
No, come on, mate. Like, it's unacceptable behaviour, isn't it?
Yeah. Nothing beats an EasyJet holiday.
That's
You
not...
get £50 off now per person.
It's Jet 2.
That's Jet 2.
You can save £200 for family.
I mean, come on, if you're doing that, it's like, come on, where's the romance?
At least get yourself an upper class on BA or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Over a little glass of shampoos.
Were you a romantic when you proposed?
Yeah, just did the old flowers thing in London.
Where?
What's the hotel? I can't remember the hotel called. St Martin's. St Martin's.
Oh,
Lane.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about public proposals?
I don't mind all that, but it's risky. You need to know. If I'm going to preempt them and go, listen, I'm about to do this.
Oh, would you?
Yeah. Imagine saying no in front of everyone.
Oh, have you seen them at like football matches?
Yeah, got to preempt them, man.
Oh, that's awful, isn't it? For the best parts of the station, check out the talkSPORT Daily. Oh, yeah, here we go. 21 minutes to go. It's the brand new podcast with me, Andy Goldstein, and Jason Cundy. 21 minutes to go. Go download that new episode every single Monday. And, of course, make sure you have the talkSPORT app where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2 and all of our other sister stations so you never miss a moment. When we come back, we'll build up to the biggest hour of the week. We'll have Joe Cole join us live. And Ugo Monye in the studio after this.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world. And if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against the real prospects, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Welcome back to the last hour of our show and welcome to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. Every Friday, myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports in what promises to be another pulsating season. Because football is back and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition with over 700 matches broadcast live from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. Still to come, we'll be joined by England and Chelsea legend Joey Cole ahead of Andorra against England. That's tomorrow night. But first, we're sat next to someone who's just as legendary. Although he's getting his hat-trick ball tonight, 3 times out of 4 weeks. We can't shake him off.
Oh, wow.
Former England and Lions winger, the wonderful Hugo Monye joins us live in the studio.
You wanted to say Hugo.
I would never introduce you as Hugo. That's just for fun. Because if people are tuning in for the first time, they might go, Hugo?
Yeah, fair.
And we know that. So that comes later on.
Yeah.
Mickey taking.
That's professionalism, isn't it?
How are you?
I'm good. Had a really good week, actually. Yeah. How are you?
I'm glad that you're back.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I think you're
rubbish.
No.
That's what you said earlier.
Joe's great. No, everyone knows Joe's great. But I'd much rather we have someone in the studio that we get on with and we know and we like and we build up that rapport with than they go, oh, you've got in the studio and be like, oh, I don't know them. So I'm really glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. That's really kind.
Oh, Joe, I was waiting for a punchline.
Yeah. Same. I actually felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was talking to Darren. Hugo, nice to see you. What have you been doing this week? What have you been up to apart from weight training?
Been back in the gym.
How's the dating going?
I'm still single. which is great. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Kids went back to school.
Okay, yes.
Huge.
How old are your kids?
8 and 5, Phoenix and Ruby. So I'm chuffed they're back to school. Like, I loved spending summer holidays with them, but I'm also happy they get back and hang out there.
Who's your favourite out of the two?
That's not unfair. Actually, I got...
Oh, here we go.
I've got 2 tattoos of my daughters on my body. I said to Phoenix 2 years ago when she was practicing her handwriting, drawing up handwriting, you can write anything on me and I'll get it tattooed, carte blanche. And she said, I'm going to write, I'm always by your side.
Oh my! How old was she when she did that?
Oh, she was 6.
That's ridiculous.
Stunning. So then I said to Ruby on Tuesday, I went and got another tattoo.
This is going to be great.
I said, what would you like? And she just went, Ruby rocks.
That's cool as well.
That's it. It's cool. So I got, there we are, Ruby rocks. Just the two of them.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it's nice. They're good girls.
So they wrote it and you had it tattooed over?
Exactly.
That's
that.
cool.
Yeah,
You got quite a few tats, right?
A number, yeah. Not finished yet.
Okay. Would you, if I came up with something quite poetic, would you have that tattooed?
No.
Okay. Now, before we get into tomorrow night's game and Tuchel's reign so far, let's hear from the man himself who told talkSPORT what his plans are for the team ahead of next summer's World Cup.
If I even had now in my mind, like if I have in my mind 2, 3, 4, 5 players, of which I'm sure that I want to play them, they still can get injured right in front of the World Cup. It's a possibility. This can always happen. So we always need to be open enough and pragmatic in our approach. It's camp by camp. And it's camp by camp until we hopefully arrive in the US. And once we arrive in the US, we can only choose from the players who are fit and in shape. This will never change.
Ugo, when England appointed Thomas Tuchel as the manager, what was your first reaction to it? Good or bad decision?
I was happy. Forever we've said we want the best manager available. He's the best manager available. I wasn't caught up in his nationality. Well, we're talking about elite sport. The players represent England. The manager's there to do a job. In an ideal world, you'd have an English manager. But essentially, no one's going to care if they come home and win a World Cup.
But does it make it harder for him to succeed and win at our hearts? Because if all of a sudden he starts having little slip-ups along the way...
100%. There's a pro and a minus to everything. I think it makes it an easier job for him emotionally to not be English. Because if everything doesn't work out, he doesn't have to be it. His kids might not be up the road at a local village hall or whatever it might be. He can just go back home. But it does make it a harder job for him to emotionally connect with the fans, because there's always that room for, well, he's not English, he doesn't care as much. There might be that stereotypical thought, an emotional thought towards him.
Do you know, there's always going to be that, I think, and I've said to Andy before, I agree with you. It doesn't bother me that he's German.
Yeah.
I always want the best man for the job, and currently as a coach that was out there, he was the best. But I do think the nation's patience is a lot less with Thomas Tuchel than it would be, say, with Gareth. Because of the whole German aspect.
Agreed. And we've got recent evidence with this in the women's game. When Serena Wiegmann got the job, I was like, it would have been good. What about Emma Hayes? What if we overlooked Emma Hayes?
Great point.
Then she goes and wins the Euros, and you're like...
Twice.
Next thing, she's doing up Burner Boy on stage, and everyone's absolutely loving her.
Yeah.
So she's gone back to back. No one's talking about her nationality. They're just looking at her CV.
We've got Andorra tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the Andorran team. Who should we be looking out for?
Oh, gosh. I'll tell you what, the centre-halves are good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, big lads. They're strong. Good with the head, aren't they, Benty?
Yeah. I wonder how...
Oh, you bring me into it, oh, yeah. I thought this was your section.
How generic we can keep going for. Midfielders got good feet.
Yeah, tough. Hard to move off the ball.
When we play sides like Andorra, we're all guilty of not necessarily looking at the performance, but should be the scoreline. 10-0, should be 8-0. Do you think it matters so much nowadays, or is it just about the win? For argument's sake, 1-0, poor performance.
No, absolutely not. No, no game is fair and equal, and no game's ever the same. If we're playing Brazil, we just want to perform well. And in fact, if we played well and lost 1-0, we'd be looking at the positives. We could slap these lot 5-0. But if we play poorly, or in fact, if he doesn't pick the team, the populist team, we're already on his back. And then we go and win, but we don't play well. And they'll be, but so it always feels like a bit of a lose-lose. When there's no jeopardy in the result, you have to focus in on performance. But I think it's also really important to understand the personality of this country. We're a main event nation. So we don't get excited about an Andorra. We get excited about big names, big teams, big countries, and that's right across the spectrum. Boxing the same, UFC the same, golf. Everyone's talking about Ryder Cup, but not bothered about what happens in like a local open or whatever it might be. And the same with football. We get excited. The same with the Women's Euros this summer. We came alive when it got to quarterfinals.
Yeah, but do we get excited because we think we're going to win it? Or do we get excited because we're in a big competition?
Hope is a heavy backpack, and it's one that we've had to carry for a long time, and we haven't won anything in the men's format. But I think we always believe we're going to win it. But I do think we do get excited. It's hard because when you look at the individuals, we've got so many excited individuals, but collectively put them together under the banner of England. And I don't know. Look at Phil Foden at Man City versus when he comes into England. At times you're like, how does that work out? But that's the job of the manager.
He does, like quite a few English players, he does play out of position for England.
True.
And then we get on his case, and then we get on the case of the manager. He's playing him out of position.
But then we're also hypocritical with Gareth Southgate. It's like, play your best players. And then, was it Tuchel, was it Southgate? I've forgotten. But then he played all his best players.
No, that was Lee Carsley.
Yeah, Lee Carsley.
Yeah,
played every single one of them. And then we lost. And we're like, what's he doing?
Yeah, we did have 14 centre forwards on the pitch.
No, I think it is. I don't think Thomas Tuchel will get judged, as you said, on games like Andorra. We've got some good players, by the way. Lopez and Servos, they're good players for Andorra. But
Servos, like,
he's decent, to be fair. Plays that.
He's got good service.
He's got front. Yeah, Alvarez, the goalkeeper's decent as well. Ramos.
Is there anyone that isn't decent?
Nicholas and Ramos centre half, they're very, very good.
Decent, yeah. But anyone, you look at that team and go, he's not decent.
I think Garcia, who plays like right wing, he's not great.
Why?
But
Why not?
Not the quickest.
Okay.
Yeah. The last game they played, they got smashed by Serbia 3-0.
Yeah.
Mitrovic hat-trick. But no, going back to England.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah, back to England. I just think Thomas Tuchel's not. Yeah, I think he should use these games to find out who his best system is. But he's not. Again, he's not going to get judged on how they beat Andorra and teams like that. He's going to get judged on when it gets when it's the absolute maximum, where they get to the final, they get to a semi-final. Can he deliver the big moments? Gareth got to 2 finals, just couldn't get us over. If Thomas Tuchel plays poorly but gets us over that hump, everyone's going to be happy.
The FA aren't watching him, judging him, calling an emergency board meeting based on how we perform on Saturday. You're absolutely spot on. He'll be judged solely on the World Cup because that's the only reason he's been brought in.
Yeah. But it does worry me. I don't know about you two, but it does worry me. He's signed this 18-month deal. Almost like he's... This is going to sound silly when I say it, but almost like his only goal is to win the World Cup and then forget it, i.e. he's not... like Gareth Southgate was always trying to blood the young kids coming through, and if we weren't going to win this tournament with Gareth, we knew the next one, the young kids would be ready because they've got that experience, etc. But like, for argument's sake, there are players like Dan Burn, Jordan Henderson, where I look at and I think there's no longevity there for those players in that England team. He's just brought them in just to win the World Cup. Now, it's all very well if we win it and it works, but if we don't win it, all of a sudden you've got this gaping hole where you need to start bringing in new, fresh blood, young blood into this and start again. And that's what worries me.
You absolutely need to have connectivity between under-21s and the first team. And the relationship he builds with Lee Carsley, and it's a short period of time, and they were in conversation during the summer when the 21s did really well, and that's fantastic. But in order to be able to win today, as well as spin the plate of trying to create a legacy and a pathway for the future of our game, that's essential, and that's what the FA wants. But in Tuchel's mind, he selfishly thinks, what's my remit? It's to win a World Cup. Yeah. And he would do that at all costs. And so how much is he worried about the future succession plan of what happens in 18 months and 1 day? Probably not that bothered, purely because his dateline, his goal line, and maybe his end game just is trying to get to a World Cup final, try and win a big knockout match.
But that's the thing, you look at his career, Thomas Tuchel, other than when he was at Mainz and he was there for, 6 years? Before that, Dortmund, 2 years. Paris Saint-Germain, 2 years. Chelsea, 18 months. Bayern Munich, 1 year. So he's not a manager that builds projects. He goes in there, wins, gets success relatively quickly, and then he ultimately goes. So they probably looked at that as well, because I don't expect in 5 years' time, if England win the World Cup, potentially he'll still be there. He probably will be there. But I'm thinking in his mind, he's probably thinking World Cup. And there's no guarantees if he wins the World Cup, he stays anyway. He might just go, do you know what? I've done my job.
Genuine, why would he?
Let's move on.
Do you think we'll win the World Cup? I know it's so early to ask that question. If everyone's fit.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do, but then I go back to a team of like 08, where you could almost name that entire 11 and go, they're all in World 11s. We didn't. This golden generation has been rebooted, and I think we've not just got a very talented golden generation, but we've got an unbelievable age profile. We really do. We should have success for an extended period of time, but we get caught in this little ecosystem and just focus on England. And then you like flick on Spain, you're like, oh, geez, that's
or France.
They're good. You forget because we're so narrow-minded in our focus, and as we should be, because we should just be consumed of our team. And the reality is, if we played our best in knockout rugby and had the mentality to go alongside it, because that's a learned attitude, that's a learned behaviour. We haven't won a massive knockout match for a long, long time. And if it's 75 minutes and it's 1-1 or we're 1-0 down, do we have the ball? Because we know we've got the skill. Sometimes you win big matches by skill. A lot of the time you just win it by will.
We have Darren Bent with us in the studio. Those are the words of Ugo Monye, who's young, free and single. This is Friday Night Live on talkSPORT with our friends at TNT Sports. More from the three of us right after this. And Joe Cole will be joining us as well. Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 Clubs superstar, Darren Bent, and something for the housewives, former England Ugo Monye's with us in the studio. He's young, free and single, ready to mingle. Just quickly, John Stones is withdrawn from the England squad for the next two World Cup qualifiers because of injury. Lionel Messi scored twice for Argentina in what is expected to be his final competitive match on home soil. Lucky I got that one out. And a reminder that Sean Dyche is back on talkSPORT this weekend alongside Johnny Owen. That's Sunday from midday. Ugo, when you came into the studio just before, you and I were having a chat outside, and you went, I heard your chat with Benty earlier on about sports science. And I went, oh, yeah. And you went, yeah. And I went, oh, wait, do it on air. So I don't know what you're going to say about it. In case people are joining us late, Benty and I were having a debate about how important sports science is, because I was a little bit sick and tired of footballers taking off their shirts to reveal the bra, and then Benty was telling me how important it is to have all these heat maps and tell me how far these players have run, and I was getting a bit bored with just the science behind sports now. I think we're getting bogged down with all these stats, and sometimes it's better to watch a game of football just with your eyes and make your own decisions rather than look at all these facts and figures.
I agree with the last part of what you're saying. I think you have to always apply the eye test first and then use the stats and the data to be able to back up any theory or actually to... I think it's important to go that route first. What I don't like is when coaches are led by numbers first. That doesn't work for me. I think stats are absolutely phenomenal, and they're there to guide you. They're not there to dictate what you do. The best coaches I worked with, it's actually not about the numbers, not about the population of figures and metrics and everything else. It's about how you use it and implement it. Because I know loads of coaches that have an incredible bandwidth of numbers available to them and they ignore it. And guess what? They don't get the things which they should get out of it. But then I also know coaches that overuse it, and what I would always call like paralysis by analysis. Get so much data and they're like, oh gosh, got to do this. And it's like, what did your eye see? What did your eye see? When I played at Harlequins and we went through a very successful period, we collected so much data, and we knew going into every single game, if our defence was over 90%, if our...
Sorry, what does that mean? Over 90% what?
Over 90% completion. So in football terms, that would be you win 90% of your duels. Okay. In attack, I'll convert into football again, say in transition, you got the ball back within 4 seconds. And then the third bit of it was our set piece. So once again, in football, that would be like if 90% of your corner deliveries were successful, we'd win 95% of our matches. So in the week, it was really simple for us. So like at Arsenal, you'd have Declan Rice practicing his corners, Saka practicing his corners, because, you know, if you get that on the money, you'll win. In defence, make sure you win your duels, and then transition, work really hard. We had so much data.
Can I just say, sorry, on the back of that everything that you've said, I would, as a coach, implement without any of that data. Defence, make sure you win all your duels. Declan Rice, practice free kicks.
Yeah.
Practice corners. I mean, I'd do that as a football coach.
100%. I think when you look at a season like what we're in the Premier League, so it's 2 weeks, is it 3 weeks we had 3 matches?
Yeah.
And it finishes next May. How do you present and create energy week in, week out to the same players with the same voice? And sometimes you just need tangible evidence. Sometimes you see that by showing them pictures and videos and everything else, but you can't argue with data. You can't argue with facts and stats. And so I think it breeds a sense of confidence. And if I'm saying to Benty, by the way, over the last 5 matches, when you've touched a ball more than 10 times in the final third, guess what's happened? You scored. Straight away, it's like, oh, I just want to be on the ball. So it's not just an opinion, it's something
Fact.
which is like rooted in fact. It doesn't solve everything. Arsenal at the weekend against Liverpool, they go, oh, do you know what? Szoboszlai, it scored a goal from 35 yards since 1998, and then he smacks an absolute worldie. So he doesn't protect you. It's not bulletproof, but I do think it's such an important period, especially in the modern era, and that's rest, that's recovery, that's preparation, that's analysis, but don't be paralysed by analysis.
Okay.
Amazing that was.
We sort of agree, right? Because all the information you're getting from all the analysis, you are suggesting that what you do with that is you put it to good use and you tell your attacker, you defend your midfield. But as a coach, that's what I would do anyway.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that without the data.
Yeah, but I would always say to my defence, make sure you win duels. Make sure you...
So I'll give you an example. England rugby, when they toured Australia, I think it was 4 years ago, whenever it was, they knew that Australia had scored 1 try from 70 metres in the last 6 years.
Yeah.
So they just knew we play a territory game. They're not going to hurt us from there.
No.
So stuff like that.
I agree with what you're saying there, but our argument or our discussion earlier on was based on like player by player.
Yeah.
So I was saying that if you've got stats of a certain player,
yeah,
to turn around and say to him, you ran 11k this week and you only ran 9k last week, and that means I don't believe in any of that.
I do, but once again, it's how you use the data. What are your eyes telling you? He looked a bit lethargic. Okay, let me check the data. Oh, actually, do you know what? That makes sense because he actually run 2k less this week than he did last week. Let's have a look at his training load. Oh, do you know what? He's done a bit more this week.
Load. I said load.
So, yeah, and load we're like hyper-focused on matches. The most important data pool that any coach can use is in training. Forget the game. The game will be the game. But how you prep an individual, how you prep a team, and the load in which you do. Like I sit on World Rugby's high performance panel, and we discuss this all the time, and the usage of data and how it actually allows coaches to be able to make better decisions, because every coach wants every player for a little bit longer. But we're saying, I'll tell you what, if you train over 75 minutes, you have a 20% increased chance of risk of injury. So like use it if you want, but we're just saying from like 10,000 data points, we can tell you that. So it's not about the data, it's about the implementation and the conversion of the numbers.
Okay. Interesting.
He's very good.
He's very good. We'll carry that. You better be careful, Benny. We'll carry this chat on in just a moment. Let me just remind you, it's a new era for the men's and women's FA Cup on TNT Sports. In addition to live Premier League and UEFA club competition coverage, for the first time, TNT Sports will broadcast the Emirates FA Cup and the Adobe Women's FA Cup, meaning fans will be able to watch more football from both competitions than ever before. Right, time now for No Googling. Still to come, we're going to be joined by England and Chelsea superstar Joe Cole ahead of the Andorra game tomorrow night. But first, the No Googling question is about England. They continue their preparation for next summer's World Cup against Andorra. We want to know who's the youngest player ever to play for England at a World Cup. Who is the youngest player ever to play for England at a World Cup? The answer to that and more, and Joe Cole coming up live after this.
Here are some of the best off-camera anecdotes from recent years at the Ryder Cup. As caddy Billy Foster went to relieve himself at the Belfry, he noticed only one of the 2 cubicles had toilet paper. Shortly after he'd sat down, Tiger Woods went into the empty cubicle and realised his mistake all too late. So Foster took some paper, reached under the cubicle with a rescue offering, and as Tiger went to take it, Foster uttered the words, "Europe, one up." Fast forward 10 years to the miraculous Medina. Roy McIlroy overslept and was in danger of missing his Sunday tea time. Thankfully, travel organiser Erica Stoll sorted him a police escort, and 3 years later, McIlroy proposed. Scottish legend Sam Torrance tells many a yarn about the great Ballesteros. Apparently, Seve would regularly give coaching clinics to his European teammates. When the same players asked for help a week later at the Italian Open, Seve would tell them to Having started with a Billy Foster story, let's finish with one from the 12th tee at Oakland Hills in 2004. It was Jimenez and Garcia against Westwood and Clark in a practice round, and as they finished, Foster decided to jump in the buggy and speed away with all their clubs, only to lose control entirely and see it careering towards the spectators. Thankfully, the Red Sea parted and the buggy smashed into a tree, with viewers and clubs still intact.
Listen to Friday Night Live on talkSPORT. Thanks to our friends at TNT Sports. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Hugo Monye, Darren Bent. Before the break, asked the question, who was the youngest player ever to play for England at World Cup? Neither of you got it in the outbreak.
No, I did get it.
Such a lot.
No, my second guess.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
You went, who is it?
No,
you went Theo.
That was my guess,
Hugo, was he lying? Now, before you answer, if you say no, I'm going to tell everyone what you were talking to me about.
Who's lying?
Michael Owen, wasn't it?
It was Michael Owen. Well done.
98?
Yeah, all right. I've just told you the answer.
You didn't say 98.
I didn't need to say it. How old was he?
17.
Wrong.
18.
Yes. Who did he come on against?
Colombia.
You've looked.
No, I haven't looked.
I know, because it's Tunisia. A reminder that talkSPORT got live commentary of England against Andorra tomorrow evening, live from Villa Park. Joining us now ahead of that one is a proper England superstar, a legend. He was with us in the studio last week as we welcome back to this show and say hello and good evening to Joe Cole. Joe, good evening to you.
Evening, Andy, Benty, Hugo.
What's happening?
And the Edge.
Where are you in your house? Is that the toilet, the bathroom, the lounge? Where is that?
It's the lounge, mate. It's the lounge. Yeah, I've just gone. I don't have a computer, so this is on the. I hope it's all right. It's on the phone.
It's perfect. Joe, do you have a room in your house where you've got like your England shirts, your Chelsea shirts, all your medals, etc.? Do you have that?
No, if you walked into my house, you wouldn't know it was a footballer's house.
Why is that? A lot of footballers say that. Why is that?
I don't know, really. I'm not really one for. Imagine you get people around for a drink and there's loads of pictures of you.
Yeah.
That's what I've got in my house, Joe.
Yeah. Well, listen, each to their own. I don't judge.
Okay, fine.
To be fair, the 17,000 square feet probably gives it away, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you've got lots of medals. You ain't got that many medals. Right, listen, let's start off with that game tomorrow night. Well, I'll ask you the question that I asked Hugo when he came in. What have you made of Thomas Tuchel's start to life as England manager?
It's been sort of... It's been steady, ain't it? It's not... the actual squads he's picked I've sort of... I like because they're very much his. I don't think he's pandied to the media in any way, shape, or form. You know, you've seen that, but the fact he wants Jordan Henderson back in the squad, that's come from left field, and he's just gone. No, this is why I want him in the squad. He has his reasons, and he's doing it. So he's very much. I'm not surprised that he's very much his own man. I think if you asked every ex-England player what team, what squad they would pick, they'd all come up with a different idea on how we should play football. So there's no right way of doing it. But I think he needs a couple of good games going into this World Cup. Like, whatever happens on Saturday is going to be, it's going to be irrelevant, really. It's Andorra. But leading up to the World Cup, he hasn't had a moment where in an England game where we've gone, right, we can see what his team's all about yet. So he needs that going into the World Cup. Otherwise, it'd be very, very difficult.
Cole, is there anyone that he's not picked yet that you'd like to see, or a different system? Is there anyone where you've gone, do you know what, I wouldn't mind seeing him in the squad and that could play a part in the World Cup? I
don't know, Benty, I'm really excited about Jack Grealish coming back and playing. He's been brilliant since he started at Everton. And, I'm a massive fan of his, Benty. I really love the way he plays football. And I know in a tournament in the summer, I don't think you can play a style of football where you don't have the ball. We've all played tournaments and pre-seasons and this, whatever, you have to have players on the ball who can handle the ball, get you up the pitch, win you free kicks. And there's no one better in world football than Jack now. So I think we're missing a trick if Jack's not integrated back into the squad. I think he's still got something to say in an England shirt.
Coley, let's talk style. What have you made of Tuchel's style versus how you think England should play? Well,
my style, Hugo, I said, you've seen that in a few nights. But no, do you know what? I've been a big advocate for many, many years on handling the ball and possession. And I love Gareth Southgate. And I think Gareth's tenure in England, as an England manager, will age well. We'll realise what he's done. He transitioned from this period. Although there were some things about Gareth's teams that I didn't like. I think the team that wins the World Cup is the team that can handle the ball and have possession players. And I'm talking... I like the lad Gomez at Lille in terms of handling the ball. I like Phil Foden in my team. You have to have players on the ball who can keep it and move it and keep possession. And we've never lent into that as a nation. I know we can't play like Pep Guardiola, but we actually now we've got as good a players as anyone. Our midfield, your Bellinghams of this world, Cole Palmers. If and when comes the day when I start managing and my teams, I'd like to think my teams will be on the front foot, trying to handle possession, controlling the ball. And I think that's what we should lean into as a nation with the quality that we got. We've got so many number 10s. It's unbelievable.
Cole, you said there one name that's not in the squad, and that's Phil Foden. I mean, I think the problem for Phil is where do you play him? Because a lot of people have said play him as number 10, but me personally, I believe as a number 10, Jude Bellingham and Cole Palmer are both better in that position than him. So what do you do with Phil Foden? Because we don't want to see him get forced into the team, but if he can't get in his natural position, what do you do with him?
Well, Benny, I agree with you as well. I think Cole Palmer and Jude are ahead of him at the moment. Maybe you wouldn't have said that 18 months ago. Certainly with Cole and possibly with Jude, there was him and they were going back and forth to see who would be England's number 10. He had a difficult season last year. We don't know the problems he had off the pitch or injuries or what it was. But what you have to keep faith with these type of players. You can't just, you're asking Phil Foden. When Phil Foden plays well to the best of his ability, like the season before last, he's the best player in the country. But there's only one player who can produce that type of level of performance over the last 15 years consistently. And that's Lionel Messi. And there's a reason he's the greatest player in the world. But a manager's job is to get the best out of these players, and you need to have your best players. And Phil Foden's certainly if someone turns around and tells you Phil Foden's not in your 23 best footballers in this country, then they're mad. So, you know, in that sense, you have to have him and build him and build his stature, but he has to perform as well. You know, he has to do his end of the bargain, and I think he will get there, similar to Jack. But he does. He doesn't start for me for England now because of that. Like you can't. You have to be doing it to play for England. You do have to be performing and playing well. But there's certain players like Phil Foden that you take and you nurture and you wait for. You know, you might, and if you need to unlock a game and you've got 20 minutes to go, you'd want Phil Foden sitting next to you on the bench. You know, with his ability to pick a pass or do something.
Yeah. Joe, I want to move on and talk about Chelsea. Before I do, just ever so quickly, in one of your answers, you said something along the lines of, if the day comes when I manage.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd like to do one day, to manage?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm coaching a little bit. I'm restart. I was at Brentford last year doing a bit of, you know, with the young lads, just keeping my eye in and coaching. And I'm going to start again there soon when things settle down. But it's something I've got my eye on at some point. It's difficult though. It's very difficult because you don't want to take you don't want to take a job that you don't think's right for you at the time. And there's lots of decent jobs, but you want a good job with an opportunity to do well. But I love football.
Do you feel, Joe, as though you personally would have to start in a lower league, or for argument's sake, if you got all your badges and then the job at, I don't know, West Ham came up? Would you take that?
You're good at your job. Listen, I won't be putting my CV into Real Madrid anytime soon. But so obviously you've got to start somewhere, and there's different ways. I think it's such a mad world. I've got friends coaching all over the world, and you speak to them, and they're always 4 or 5 games from the sack at any level, and then there's interference from owners and you've got directors of football and the game and all these other things now, where so much of the control of what you're doing on the football pitch isn't in your hands. Like, what job would you take on where they'd say, right, we want you to do this job, but you ain't really in control of it, and you're gonna get judged effectively every Saturday, and if it goes wrong, it's your fault. It's a mad job to do anyway, being a football manager. So the only thing I'd say is, if I did a job, you'd like to have an opportunity, and you'd like to be able to think that you have full control of the tactics, the players, and a bit of a relationship with the owner, so you have time to work on things. If that was the case, I'd do it tomorrow. But I don't know whether I'm waiting for something which is just not possible out there anymore.
Well,
I don't know.
That rules out the West Ham job. Let's move on while I've got you. I want to get your view on what happened at Chelsea at the weekend, their last game against Fulham. I'm pretty sure I was watching you on TNT Sports, that one live. The main headline in that game was a goal that didn't stand. That was the disallowed goal for King. I'm pretty sure I remember listening to you after the game talking about how ridiculous you thought that decision was. Yeah,
it was a travesty. And we get criticised in this job when it's the team, say if it's Chelsea or West Ham, and people say, you might have a slip of the tongue and say us and say you're biased. But sometimes when something like that happens, you have to, because the fans are watching it. And it was a travesty for Fulham. It was a travesty for the young lad who scored the goal. Take that moment of him scoring his first Premier League goal taken away from him. And they just got it wrong. And you could see them trying to do mental gymnastics. You could imagine them trying to justify it, when ultimately it was just a dreadful decision by them. And VAR is supposed to take the sort of subjectivity out of it and make it black or white, and it isn't. When it's a goal, you just can't stop a goal for something like that. It wasn't clear and obvious, wasn't dangerous, and it was just a bad decision. And I don't want to be battering refs and VAR, because I think they're trying to do the best job. But I'm battering the technology and the reason. I don't know why we're continuing to persevere with it. I think the bigger picture is football's better off without it.
Joe, sorry, that wasn't technology that got that wrong. That was a person.
Well, the application of the technology. Sorry, whoever's choosing to carry on with it, because I think they need to sit down in a room and go, is this actually making the spectacle football better for the fan? Which is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's why we're all in the job, and it's why we all love football, because people pay their hard-earned money to go and watch it. Is the product better for the fans at home, the fans in the stadium, because of VAR? I would argue no. I think it's sucking a little bit of the joy out of the game. I think it's been good with offsides. You know, the ones the quick decisions,
the automated offsides.
Automated offsides. I like that. Goal line technology. Yeah, I like that. And it should be used as, unless it has to be an absolute massive miss of a decision to be brought in. It's used too much, taken too long.
Coley, for me, rugby has its own version of VAR. We call it TMO, television match official.
Yeah.
The number one thing, if I was to say anything about football in this, is you've got to personalise VAR. Because we constantly call it VAR, we think it's robotic. It's not.
Yeah.
That's the system. The people operating the system are human beings. And guess what? Human beings get things wrong. But because it's considered to be a robot and it's automated, it's just not. We've got 2 referees who, by the way, aren't good enough to be on the pitch, but okay to be able to watch things on a replay. So the minute you personalise the people and stop talking about it like it's a robot, like it's ChatGPT for football, the better it will be. And the second thing is you have to consider, what is it you want? Is it getting every decision right? Or is it keeping flow into the game? Because if you want them to make quicker decisions, you'll get more wrong. If you're happy for them to take their time, then expect them to get it right. So we've had TMO for a lot longer than VAR. And I tell you what, it's taken us a long time to be able to get to a point where it's still pretty good. We still get things wrong, but everyone understands that when we say TMO, we're talking about people, not robots.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Joe, listen, before we let you go, I'm just curious. We had a big discussion yesterday about Michael Owen, who suggested this week that you'll never see a teenager perform like he did, or when Wayne Rooney came through as a kid. We won't see that anymore. I'm just curious, who's the best wonder kid you ever saw?
Ooh,
himself.
Apart from you.
Oh, God. In terms of...
Just sheer natural talent.
Okay, sheer natural talent, the best teenager I've ever seen. Do you know what? There was a kid I saw at Chelsea, and he didn't actually kick on. His name was Gael Kakuta. He played, but he joined in with us on a few occasions, and he was amazing. He broke his leg in I think people can Google him. He broke his leg in a game at Cobham, and he was never quite the same player. But he trained with us for about 2 or 3 weeks, and he was unbelievable. Wow. I think Eden Hazard's talked about him. They was like the two.
For me, I'm just sort of happy that it's done. I'm happy for Alex. He's a friend at the end of the day. And
do you know what I mean?
I don't think it was probably easy on him in the summer either.
Sorry, Joe. I don't know what happened there. Something was played out over you. Are you still there, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, we got you now. I can only apologise to listen. I'm not quite sure what happened. Joe, listen, thanks for coming on. I'll leave you with one last question. You can only pick one. Who was better in their pomp, Wayne Rooney or Michael Owen?
Wayne Rooney.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
Joe, always an honour to have you on our show. Have a wonderful weekend.
Cheers, Coley.
Coming on, pal.
Cheers, Coley.
Always a pleasure, guys. Have a good one.
There you go.
Take care.
Future West Ham manager Joe Cole joining us on today's show. We're going to have a quick break. When we come back, we'll be finding out how you both did.
No,
we'll find out how Joe did last week, and then you'll have to make more predictions. The last 15 minutes of Friday Night Live, thanks to our friends at TNT Sports. Coming up live on talkSPORT after this. Welcome back to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent, and of course former England and Lions winger, and of course the Des Lynam of today's show, Hugo Monye is with us. Reminder, the WSL season gets underway this evening. Man City, they head to Chelsea. It's live over on talkSPORT 2 at 7:30. Charlotte Richardson will be watching that one for talkSPORT, and she has the team news for us now. Charlotte, good evening.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, the big team news is that Sam Kerr makes her first appearance in the Chelsea squad in 20 months. The clinical striker starting on the bench as the hosts begin yet another title defence. Crowned champions 6 times in a row. They seem to get stronger and stronger each season. There's one debutant in their 11, Ellie Carpenter, links up with her old boss at Lyon, further strengthening Chelsea's defence. England Lioness Grace Clinton switched sides in Manchester on deadline day. A little bit too soon for her to feature this evening, but it's not necessarily new faces that away fans are keen to see back and firing. It is key players like captain Alex Greenwood, Lauren Hemp, Viviana Miedemar and Bunny Shaw. All 4 missed pivotal parts of last season, which played a role in Manchester City's disappointing trophyless campaign. The quartet start tonight, and they are aiming to be the first side in 25 WSL games to beat the Blues. It's Chelsea versus Manchester City. The WSL is back, and we have kick-off here at 7:30 p.m.
Good work as always. Thank you, Charlotte. Now, a big and an important game for Scotland. They're taking on Denmark in their World Cup qualifier this evening. David Tanner is watching that one for talkSPORT, and he also has team news for us now. David, good evening.
Good evening, and it's a huge game for Scotland in a small World Cup group of just 4 teams. There are no margins for error in this one. Steve Clarke makes 7 changes to the last 11 he named in June. At right back, Aaron Hickey returns after 2 years out injured. Up top, Lyndon Dykes is back for the first time in 10 months. The other players recalled are fit again: goalkeeper Angus Gunn, centre-backs John Suter and Grant Hanley, and in midfield Scott McTominay and Ryan Christie. Denmark have dropped their most capped player, Christian Eriksen, as he's been without a club since leaving Manchester United. Eriksen's spot is taken by Brentford's Mikkel Damsgaard. Denmark against Scotland is at 7:45.
Thank you as always. Right, time now for this.
It's time. It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching.
DB versus TNT. What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
Yes, this is our feature, DB v TNT, bracket sports, where every week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent pits himself, as easy for me to say, against our special guest in the studio from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by the former England and Lions superstar Hugo Monye. Every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. Now, it was a low-scoring week last week with Joe Cole. He picked up 2 points for TNT Sports. DB scored the same, as they both correctly predicted that Chelsea would beat Fulham and Man United would beat Burnley Gorn United. But both thought Arsenal would draw Liverpool, idiots. And then they, of course, got spanked. So the current score is DB 4, TNT bracket sports 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You've both got 30 seconds or so. Actually, we've only got about 90 minutes left, so I'll ask you the games. The big one, it's tomorrow. It's on talkSPORT 5
Can I borrow your pen, please?
PM. No, you just give me the answer.
No, but I need to write in my book.
Shut up. England against Andorra. Of course you can. What would the score be, Darren Bent?
England, Andorra?
Yeah.
Well, England win 5-0.
Okay, you put your hand up. I don't know if you want to go to the toilet.
No, I was showing you my score.
You were showing me 5.
Yeah.
So you also think 5-0?
Yeah, that's well annoying.
Well, you can. It's fine. You can 4 or 6.
Go for Andorra win. Andorra win.
No, go 6-0.
6-0.
6-0.
Okay, I'll ask you now first.
Okay, cool.
Tuesday, 7:45 live on talkSPORT is Serbia.
That's
England.
tough, you know.
Tough game.
I'm gonna say, because we're still quite pragmatic, 2-1.
2-1 to Serbia.
England.
Okay. DB, the sneaker freak.
I'm going to go for a draw.
Okay. Desmond Douglas.
Pessimist.
Yeah, go for a draw.
What are you going for? What's the score going to be?
I'm going to go Desmond Douglas.
2-2. Okay. The last one I'm going to ask you both to predict on Sunday at 7:45. So Germany take on Northern Ireland. Benny, which way are you going?
3-0 Germany.
Okay.
4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Ugo. Good work. Right. Before I say goodbye to them, don't forget it's a new era for the men's and the women's FA Cup on TNT Sports. In addition to live Premier League and UEFA club competition coverage, for the first time, TNT Sports will broadcast the Emirates FA Cup and the Adobe Women's FA Cup, meaning fans will be able to watch more sport from both competitions than ever before. That is all we've got time for on this week's Friday Night Live, and of course for this week for Drive Time. Me and Benny will be back on Monday at 4 o'clock. Ugo's off to Stringfellas now. Is that right?
I'm off to... No, wow. That's so aggressive.
Yeah, wow.
What was wrong with that? Good steak there.
No,
Where are you going now?
I'm going to Brighton. England against Australia in the Women's Rugby World Cup.
Oh, okay, that'd be nice. What will the score be there? Who's going to win? Not the score, but who'll win?
England 50-odd.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they're naughty.
You know, I'm writing that to pass that. If he gets
you
that
don't need
right,
to
honestly.
write it down.
Yeah, I swear.
Ugo, we'll probably see you next week.
Yeah, all right.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for watching. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.